Hello everybody and welcome back to 7 Days to Die. We're running a little bit late today. I did say we would be though. Let's have a look. Right, good point. How long have we got until Horde Day? 147. Oh, actually, it's not as bad as I thought. I thought we'd only got like about 20 minutes or so. Okay, well that's good. I mean, I shouldn't need more than 500 7.62 rounds. How bad is that sniper rifle that we've got? Not good. 243. I'll tell you what then, let's make some more. I know Stripe, but I don't know if Stripe's going to be around, but I know Stripe was talking about he had quite a lot of this, didn't he? So if I make some more... Oh, gunpowder, innit? It's going to be one of them days, isn't it? Shotgun shells. 776, that's not bad. And actually, it's not used as much gunpowder as I thought either. In fact, shotgun shells are actually extremely cheap, all things considered. Because you can make paper in 16.2 as well, can't you? So it's not like even that's an issue anymore. That in there, throw that in there. Got a little bit of paper left.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Paloa! You're right, Zar. Hello, Golden Entity. Hello, Nightchild. Hello, Otik. Hello, Stripe. Hello, James. Hello, Andy. My phone's going. It's all too much, Paloa. Hello, Gizzy. Hello, Kikistracator. Hello, Z-Star. You big bundle of donuts. How you doing, gorgeous? It's going to be one of them, Zar. Thanks for that yesterday, Zar. I do appreciate it, mate. It was... It's not quite as easy as I thought, right, mate? To answer your last question, I just literally caught Discord as I came on, Zaranthian. Yeah, it's one of those things you're kind of gonna want to. When you see it, you're gonna know. Oh shit! Oh God! Jesus Christ! What? Jesus Christ, divine! I'm taking pot shots at my own save there. Look. Boom, boom. How's things with you, James? You sexy hunk of man. I watched a film yesterday. On your recommendations are the film called Buried or Buried, depending on where you come from in the world. I'd never seen it, mate. I have not seen that film. Oh my freaking God. I don't think I ever want to see that film again as long as I live, mate. It was fantastic, but holy ball cake, mate. What the hell? The one I've seen is a completely different film. It's very, very similar, but it is not that one with Ryan Reynolds in it, mate. So yeah, thanks for that one. I thoroughly appreciate that. It's a very, very good film, dude. I did not see the ending. To be fair, I think I have seen it. But I'd completely forgotten it, mate. And that's weird, because when we were talking about these buried alive films, there was definitely one where the guy has to cut a thing off. And that happens in that film as well. So the two films are almost identical. They just have a very, very, very different ending. So it's really cool. Am I quiet today? No, exactly the same as I always am. Or at least I am my end anyway. Let me just check something. Oh, it's a shocking, shocking ending, James. Let me see if Windows has done anything weird. Let's have a quick look. Properties, levels. No, everything's the same, dude. Everything's the same. Yeah, you know what I mean, Zara? Yeah. I've been sort of on and off for a little while, and then I found a couple of sites, and then I thought, yeah, well, that'll do, you know. I'm sure it'll take like half an hour tops to find something pretty cool. Come up with a little bit of, you know, gingangooli, but yeah, I can't even get started, mate. Everything looks really bright today. I think I've had new eyeballs installed. Get out of there. What was the one inside, was there, Andy? What, actually in my garden? Cheeky knobber. Let's go and have a look. Oh my god, there's actually quite a few inside the compound, dude. Look at these cheat. Oh look, they're these are the sculptor zombies. Look. Oh come on. Really? Really? I was on the Survive the Nights forums yesterday, and they have once again. It's there, and they keep repeating it. In fact, they've repeated it, from my reckoning, in the one section on their forums, on their Discord forums, 8 times when I looked yesterday in the last 24 hours. So if you take that 24 hours from around, I don't know, midnight last night, 8 times they have said, and this is multiple people, as in either devs or moderators within Discord, can't tell the difference, that it will be with us before the end of this month for early backers. Yeah, whatever. You actually watched that The Captive last night on your recommendation too. What did you think of it, mate? Isn't the... I mean, I won't say too much, mate, but the antagonist, isn't he amazing, dude? He proper just gave me the chills, mate. Proper gave me the chills. And the scene when... how can I put this? At the diner, where they are all present. I won't say any more than that. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Hello, Mr. Elegon. I hear you've been playing a little bit of our beloved Hellblade, sir. You cheeky little chap. I told you you'd like that, didn't I, mate? As soon as we started talking about it, and I actually found out a little bit about it, I thought, that is going to be something Elegon would play. I know you like that kind of thing, mate. You right, Zogna, Ella Gardath? I'll go and check the guard in this set, guys. I just wanted to make sure that screamer was gone, just in case she started like spawning more inside the walls. I think we just got off to a bit of a bad start there, didn't we? How's things? Oh, she has, yeah. She's spawned them inside. I can hear them. God damn it! Oh shit, that doesn't actually sound good. That does not sound good at all, actually. I hope we've not got a screamer spawning a screamer, otherwise we might have a bit of... I just nearly fell down that hole as well, right then. I actually am starting to really like the compound bow, guys. At the diner, yes. Jesus, mate. Good God. How's things with you, Emily Elizabeth? How are you doing this fine, glorious Friday leading into an epic weekend of fun, alcoholic debauchery and things? I don't even know if you drink, mate. They've done more than breach the walls. They're bloody everywhere. It's another Daphne, isn't it? Oh no, we're okay. We're okay. I think I might treat myself to a drink this weekend. It's been a long freaking week, I tell you. A long freaking week. Might settle down with a new game. I might have a look for a new game to play. Like, oh, I don't know, something fresh, something a breath of fresh air, something a little bit on the wild side. Wonder what that could possibly be. And maybe a little cheeky lager, a little cheeky glass of lager. I need to put some thought into it. It's got to be a good game, you know. It's maybe an open world game, maybe a little bit of a sense of exploration. Maybe something from the past, but also new. Do you reckon she's still in the garden? I need alcohol. I have to be careful with your meds, though. Oh, how are you feeling, Emily? Is the one actually in here, was there? I don't see any damage to the walls, so... I can't actually get past the yucca, unfortunately. Gap there, look. Actually, let's go and start thinking about... No, I went and got all this stuff, because I'm pretty sure explaining... Oh, excuse me. A bit of Greg's bacon came back on me there. Cool, blimey, fella. Put that there. I had to wait 7 minutes for bacon this morning. Sorry, folks. I put you all to the back of the queue for 7 whole minutes. I do apologise. Grumbul, have I resubbed yet? What do you mean, Dementia? Oh, sorry, do you mean on Game Whisper? Let me have a look for you, mate. Game Whisper's been a bit weird. I've got Emily Elizabeth up now, look. Which wasn't Game Whisper. Because I think you did a silver, didn't you, Emily? No, it's not showing Divine. Let me just check my... See if my integrations are still there. Oh, it's Game Wisp's kicked me out again, guys. What the hell are Game Wisp actually doing? Guys, let me sort this. I'll tell you what. I think we might have to ditch Game Wisp, lads. It's getting to the point where it's more hassle than it's worth, isn't it? How can I do this? Sorry, folks. How do I do this? Let me think. Twitch, isn't it? Let me just try this, guys. It's like, basically to password is not fucking invalid. I swear to God. Swear to God. Game Wisp is an absolute pile of steaming jizzwank. Bear with me one sec. Oh, now I've got to wait for the freaking token to come through on my phone again. Oh, I tell you what, mate. I tell you what. Is there any way we could just get rid of Game Wisp? How could we do it? Oh my God. Now my phone needs a... This phone is like encrypted like you wouldn't believe, mate. You can't do sod it. There's about 30 character password on it. I'll be back with you in a sec, guys. Security code, right. Verified token. Well spotted on this one, Divine. Well spotted. Accept. It says connected. Save. Let's go back to master settings, integrations. Oh, it's just not working, mate. It just won't save the settings. Oh, it's so infuriating. Honestly, Game Wisp is getting worse. I'm so sorry, Divine. Can we get some sub-loving chat for Divine? Thank you very much, Divine. Thank you very much. I'm assuming you have actually resubbed, so thank you very, very much. That is just a big sack of dicks. Dicks in a pillowcase, mate. Dicks in a pillowcase. Like mouldy dicks as well. You know, with like really long, horrible, wrinkly bell ends. Ugh. God damn it. I'm so sorry, mate. I could only apologise on behalf of Game Wisp just being a big sack of knobby McKnob pants. Thank you very much for the resub, Divine. Thank you very much for the resub. If I remember correctly, they said some update will fix this month for Game Wisp. You mean they've irreparably broken it, Ice? Honestly, they're terrible. They are the most unprofessional service. I know it's a great service. I don't want to knock them because, you know, what they have done over, you know, X amount of time has been really good, you know, for a lot of channels. But I think they rested on their laurels just a little bit too long, if that makes sense. Essentially, they were sort of just taking a cut of somebody else's money without, you know, to be honest, for very little effort, let's be fair. I'm pretty sure that site is not overly complicated to actually... should we just pop this in here, for example? I don't really know where to put all the dirt. Yeah, I'm sure if you're, you know, a programmer, you could come up with essentially what Game Wisp does extremely easily. I can't imagine it being a complete ball ache to actually set up, but they do really weird things. I remember when Chelsea, a few others got that, congratulations for subbing for X number of months, and here's your, like, virtual reward. And it was literally a picture. I remember them sending it to me, and I was looking at it going, well, what the hell am I supposed to do with it?
You know?
Is it like, you know, is it...
This song.
What is it? And it was literally just a picture.
Downtown, walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. And I need you, and I miss you. And now I wonder if I could fall into the sky.
Thank you very much, Divine. That's the most important thing. Everybody says big thank you to Divine. Thank you so much, mate, honestly. Always a pleasure to see you, Divine. Especially when you're on the server dying constantly. You're an endless source of fun, to be quite honest. For all the wrong reasons. In fact, tell me when you come on today, mate. I want to see how many deaths you've actually got now, Divine. That was a nice picture in Discord yesterday. I saw the Foster's t-shirt, mate. Yeah. You cheeky lager swilling lady. Like a can of the old Aussie Fosters, do you, darling? Mind looking at your last message? What's up, Permarin? What's up, mate? What's the matter, fella? You're waiting to drive on a big boat. You don't drive a boat, you pilot a boat, mate. I don't really want to know how to explain it really good, but we are stuck at this kind of parking before we can drive aboard to boat. I've got no idea what you're on about. Are you going on a ferry, Permarin? It sounds like you're going on a ferry on a car. So you're at like the big parking area, ready to board the boat, right, mate? Good luck. Hopefully it won't sink. Always think positive thoughts. Just sit near a life jacket vest thing. Where are you off to? Where are you off to, Permarin? I get these pictures also. It looks like they're desperately trying to come up with anything as a reward. Did you really, Elegon? I remember getting it and I thought, I wonder what this is. This is quite exciting. That they've given. I was thinking it was like maybe like a virtual badge or something that I could like integrate with the stream or something like that, or something that we could sort of have as like integrated through better Twitch TV or something like that. If you know, for long time subs. And I'd actually sent them one back. In fact, I was one of the very first people to get the rollout on that. I must have accessed the beta for it. And I actually said to them, you do know that all these tiers are completely wrong. They'd got spelling mistakes. They'd got there was basically like a symbolic representation of like how long you'd been subbed. And that actually got them all wrong. So like the 6-month one was actually 4 and the 4-month one was actually 7 and all the rest of it. It was such a copy-paste job. And I sent them a very polite email back saying, okay, right, first of all, let me just point out the errors. There's 2 spelling mistakes and also 3 of your pictures are essentially like the wrong way around for the different tiers. And also, could you just tell me like exactly what it is that I'm supposed to do with it? Because all I can see is a picture. I've got like a JPEG. Can you just like explain what that's all about? And they sort of came back, well, it's just like a picture to say thank you. It's like, you fucking what, mate? You know what I mean? I can send someone a bowl of bird shit. I'd probably be happier than that, mate. It's shocking. It was shocking. You're right, Seth. How you doing, mate? It's weird, isn't it, Elegon? I did print it out in A0 on our plotter and hang it up in your office. I tell you what, Elegon, you're such a forward thinker, mate. Such a forward thinker, bro. I love your style. The thing is, Anthony, it's not even free shit, mate. It's just spam, is what it really is. It's just spam email, dude. It was just using bandwidth that didn't need to be used. So thanks ever so much for subbing. Here's a picture. I said, you cheeky bastard. I've just subbed to that channel like for 6 months, $14.99 a month. What do I get? A fucking picture. It's like I'd rather they didn't do it, you know what I mean? Here's have a free bowl of bird shit instead, mate. Oh, cheers, Grub, that's great. I'll make a sculpture out of that fella. You never got one of those? Oh, you're not clearly not worth it. Then he sent it out to the special subs. Like, you know, I mean like the special ones like Elegon, mate, you know what I mean? Don't take it the wrong way. You're right, poor few. How you doing, mate? How's things, geezer? Right, I don't even know what we're doing anymore. I see, I give up. Let's go and play another game. Should we play Hellblade? Let's have a look at the 9 month then. I can't remember the 9 month. Oh, wow. Wow, check that out. It's like someone sort of took like a character from South Park, crossed it with a bit of fucking Harry Potter, and got some like 3-year-old to do a banner. You know what I mean? What's coming out of his arse? He's blowing bubbles out of his pipe arse, mate. I mean, what's that all about? It's like, it's like Harry Cartman blowing fucking jizz bubbles, mate. There's no hope, mate. There's no hope. You're right, Simpsy. How you doing, darling? It's all gone to crap, mate. Quick, ban Elegon. How did it go yesterday, James? I saw you got a load of chicken dinners yesterday, fella. I like the dance, James. I wasn't sure the first time I saw it whether or not you might have been having some sort of fit. To be fair, to say that there was a lack of rhythm would be the understatement of the century. But I think if you work on it, mate, I think you might have something there. You know. So, I'm gonna get letters of complaint now, Elegon. So hang on, where's my freaking picture, Grum? Hey, how come Elegon gets a bleeding picture? Got to. I watched them both on the clips earlier in Discord, mate. Yeah, you did well. I'll give you that, mate. Credit where credit is due, James. You're a bit of a badass in that game. What was going on with Spamfish yesterday? Spamfish's stream was so weird. It started off with him like being all like cagey. I'd never heard him sounding quite like that. I mean, I was really struggling to find anything on Twitch yesterday. Early hours, there was no one from like the team on, and literally, I mean, Dan was playing freaking Hearthstone, which I've got no interest in whatsoever. Co was playing Path of Exile, which is now my most hated game of all time. And what else was going on? Can get a little bit of wood. What was the other thing that was happening? Yeah, I ended up going to Spamfish's channel, and it turned out he was actually in bloody New York, the bastard. He did a right old scam on everybody. He was ever so cleverly done, actually. The Dark Tower, is it Warner Brothers or whatever? You know, the film that's coming out. They'd actually taken him to New York to do like a stream to advertise the film release. Really clever, because what he'd done was he'd actually put a green screen up of his bedroom. Because everyone knows what Spamfish's bedroom looks like. And all of a sudden he was transported to New York through the portal. Oh, it's really clever. Really, really nicely done. His chat was going crazy. I'm alright, thanks. It's had a bit of a manic morning. I went to the docs this morning. I got the all okay from him, so things are not getting worse. That was a good out. So just got to see how it goes over the weekend, mate. Feel a little bit, but other than that, yeah, pretty good, mate. What about you? Did you have a nice evening? Have a quick check around the perimeter. I think we're okay. It's got a lot of Daphnes coming in really early on today, haven't we, for some reason? Oh, I've got someone coming round at about, I think he said 1:30. So you'll just have to bear. Oh, look, there's another one. Have to bear with me. It's the dude that's doing the skirting board in our bedroom. He's thinks he might have ballsed up the measurements, so he needs to nip back around. Bish bash bosh. Needs to take a couple of days off and recover. Yeah, you're probably right, mate. Can't do that though, dude. It's not allowed. Simpson didn't allow it. Anything could happen if I took 2 days off, mate. Think of the cake rations, dude. Jesus Christ, what is going on in there? What the hell? What the hell's it shooting at? What? Whoa, what the hell's going... Oh my god, dude! It's trying to shoot him through the freaking wall somehow. Oh, it's wasting all that freaking ammo, dude. Stop it. Stop it! Oh my god, dude. I need to go and turn it off, really, don't I? Oh, crap. Hell, mate. Stop it! Stop it! It's actually smashed my freaking jail doors down. I reckon that must be able to see through this, you know. I think it doesn't count it as a block or something. Right in the ghoulies, mate. Right in the ghoulies. Oh, come on. This is ridiculous. So should we just stab him to death? What a knob. What a big, hairy knob. I'm going to shave his balls for him, look. Hey, well, that was... What? I don't really want to smash my... God, that was such a bad shot, dude. Oh, right, this dude is really stressing me out now, Simpsy. Simpsy, kill him, Simpsy! Oh, Yeah, look at that. That's a nice death, mate. That's a nice death. God, I wonder how many bloody... Oh, mate. Not as many as I thought, actually. Well, that's a problem. Turn that back on. God damn it, dude. Really, bro? How'd you make jail cell door? Look at the state of this, man. That is proper ding-dang dude the fuck up there, isn't it? Let's go and get a jail cell door. Look at this knob. I'm out of that. I went to put another shot in him. I'm out of bloody ammo as well. God damn it. 27 deaths. Oh, we need to get you some sort of award, I think, Divine. You never listen to me. That's true. That's true. Sorry, what was that? Who's that again? Is that Simpsy what? I think you've actually broken old Arthur Job Tony's record there, you know. I wonder how Tony is actually. Use that. Let's get rid of that one. Take some of those. Take that tobacco down. And we want some of these, don't we? Right, okay, so... jail cell doors. I'm going to guess. We'll just make them out of this. Maybe some mechanical parts, perhaps? Jail cell doors. Oh. Springs as well. I suppose it makes sense. Jail. What? Oh, it's steel. Oh, sorry. Steel, not iron. I was going to say, what's going on there? We'll get there by the end of the stream. Possibly. Craft that. Okay, so let's throw that, and that back down. Let's go and quickly throw the organics back in. So, arrows-wise, have we got any more feathers kicking about? We've got, I mean, 2 more days till the horde, so like about 2 hours from now, right? Feathers will be in that one. I think we need to go and get some more feathers. We're going to get some feathers and we'll go and get some wood. And I want to start manufacturing the glue. Now, we have... Oh, already done it. Alright, in which case, let's have a look at exploding crossbow bolts then. Exploding crossbow bolts. So steel arrowheads. So we'll go and make some of those in the forge. That's done. Duct tape. Well, with feathers. Okay, so if we make the duct tape now, which is going to involve some cloth, isn't it? Get some cloth. Let's take 70 of those. Yeah, look, to be honest, mate, it's almost, I don't even know if it's shooting through a door, dude. It actually seems to be... I've never seen them do that before. I don't know. I'm going to put that down to it just being a complete cock-up, mate. Oh, hang on. Duct tape. How the hell do you make duct tape? Okay. Throw that back in there. Throw that back in there. Okay, so... let's take that. So we'll go out looking for feathers. And then we can come back and make some exploding crossbow bolts and a couple of crossbows, get them merged up to a 600 quality. I don't know. We'll go and drop the shotgun shells off at... I wonder if we've still got the other bike. At the spire. What's that for dementia? Are you trying to say? Who's got dementia? That's not very nice. What the hell, bro? As if I'm not poorly enough, you're trying to... What the hell? What the hell, dude? Bloody dementia. What are you trying to say, fella? Take this and this, drop that down there. Right, let's do it. Let's do this. Let's fix it all up, mate. Oh, you mean for divine is what you meant, didn't you, Elegon? Sorry, it's the dementia kicking in, mate. Good luck and safe travels, Perma, and you look after yourself, mate. I hope you have a wonderful adventure. Your boat. How is Feathers, mate? Is she alright? What about you, Sims? Are you playing anything yet? You got your juicy little paws into anything? A bit of Rimworld? Bit of Hellblade? Ah, see, we've taken less damage than I thought, to be fair. See what we'll do is we'll just oh Jesus Christ, I can't even make out where I am. Let's go and take them. Let's go and just repair the whole base. Scrap that, and then when it's daytime we'll head out. Let's go and take our repair bike with us. Is this one over here all okay? I wonder what happens. I think I'm going to assume that every now and again a screamer just manages to get one that sort of spawns in this area, and they just head straight for the jail cell doors, don't they? There's nothing you can really do to stop them. See, that should actually have. Oh, he's broken the ladder. Look. That's why he couldn't get anywhere. Oh, and he's broken the hatch as well, guys. What a knobber. That's why he was just stuck bouncing up and down like a knobber. Oh, that cheeky sod. I got enough to make... Can I make a hatch out of that? Scrap iron hatch. Ooh, that's actually quite useful. You get exactly the right amount of Ginganguli out of it to make another hatch. Look, that's pretty cool. Can't see which way it goes. Can anyone make that out? Really annoying that actually. I'm going to assume it goes the way you're looking. There we go, look. Perfect, mate. Perfect! Maybe if we keep them shut, it will stop them from actually hitting them. I don't think they can punch above their head, can they? Right, let's go and repair the walls, then we're done, aren't we? A fiddle? A fiddle? A fiddle with things? You're right, Firm. How are you doing, mate? How's things, Mark? Oh, that reminds me. Actually, we've got some giveaway stuff to do, haven't we? What's up, Owen? I'm not ignoring you. If I'm ignoring you, you'll bleeding know about it. Trust me, fella. What's the weather like there today, Owen? You out and about in the old golf range, are you? It's quite a nice day here, actually. It's quite a nice day indeed. It's got the sun's out. There's a light little breeze. There's a sprinkle of rain this morning just to clear the air. It'd be nice if we actually had some decent weather. I actually don't think we're going to get a summer at all this year in the UK, guys. I heard someone early hours this morning saying it was supposed to be really nice this weekend. I'll believe it when I bloody see it, mate. I tell you. I think we've had about 7 or 8 like nice days, and they've not even been like consecutive days, have they? It's just been such a shit year. It better mean we get an awesome Christmas with like 16 inches of snow. You know what I mean? Better make up for it. Do you reckon that is actually it, Zar? I mean, honestly, it has. It's not just me, right? It has been absolutely. I mean, I remember last year we were down near the river. We were out down the pub. I mean, it was glorious, mate. The days just all seemed to like merge into one big happy summer. I mean, all right, it wasn't always nice, but it was normally nice enough to sit outside. At the it's just wet and cold and rainy and dreary. It's just awful. You alright? That's no moon. How you doing, fella? What? PayPal decided to close your account? Oh shit, dude. Why? Why? Why would they do that to you, Mark? Was there some like sort of illicit activity that you weren't privy to going on or something? 100+ degrees there. Jesus Christ, mate. I mean, we've had some okay days, but the thing is that they're very few and far between. I mean, I was hoping to get like some really nice Barbies on this year. I think how many have we had? 2? Maybe no, 3 Barbies. I think I've managed to get this year. It might be one more than that because I think we had one on a Saturday and a Sunday. The same weekend. I can't actually see her. the fuck, Beans? Did she just scream when she's on the floor? Oh, no. It's... Oh, Jesus Christ. It's a screamer screaming screamers, dudes. Oh, I don't believe it. We'll tell you what, we're having some real problems here today, guys. I'll tell you. We've not actually managed to leave the base yet. I'm going to just travel a little bit away because I think we're going to end up in a vicious circle if we're not careful. Oh, I'm not in the mood. I've got things I need to crack on with. A lot of things we need to crack on with. Do you reckon that's my, is that my entrance? I can just see a little circle of light down there. It's nice there, is it, Divine? I hope you do get a nice weekend. I've got no hopes at all where I am. I wonder what that light's coming from. Do you reckon that's the spire? Oh, I know what it is. Oh, wow. I'll tell you what, that draw distance is actually pretty phenomenal. I can actually see the mini bike from here. It's the mini bike parking bay for the spire that I can see in the distance. See it over there. Isn't that mad? Oh, you meant in game? Oh, it's freaking nightmare era, Divine. I got screamers coming at me butthole, mate. Oh, I see, Mark. Oh, right. Got you. Go back really slowly so we can hopefully see it. Hopefully the screamer's either gone or just gone static. Leave the bike there. I'll tell you what, that is glorious, isn't it? I mean, look at that. Isn't that beautiful, guys? I think she's gone. Love the crunch of the snow. I'm just trying to listen out. I can see one Z over there, look. Right, let's just make sure this wool's all intact then. So, it looks good up till there. Oh, Jesus Christ, mate. Really? Yo, JK Breaky! Oh, Elegon. We need to work on a dragon schematic. I've made my mind up, by the way, dude. We're gonna build a giant ass dragon. We're gonna game the Game of Thrones the shit out of this server. Alright. So think dragons, bro. Think giant epic dragons. So if you've got any suggestions or tips, let me know, mate. I'm gonna create a schematic out of Play-Doh over the weekend. It'll be fine. Don't you worry, mate. I might even colour code it. Bit of green, bit of blue. I think we checked all the way around there, didn't we? All right, so look, the base is looking intact. So we want to go and get feathers. So let's just go and pop all this back. That looks gorgeous. Look at that. Isn't that just beautiful? Right, I need to put some of this back. Actually, thinking about it, the bike needs to come back in because that's the fast response repair vehicle, isn't it? Come on, matey. Can the dragon have a donga? No, it can't. The dragon is not having a giant donga. All right, Zar. No. No. No, no. No. Yeah, well, I'm thinking. You were here, I think, Elegon, when we discovered the wondrous chain link fence posts, mate. So I'm going to basically take that asset and just create like a steel strength version of them. So to be honest, even if something does wail on it, it's going to be wailing on it for long enough for us to spot it, if that makes sense, dude. I don't know if the chain link fence post has any sort of damage degradation in terms of physical appearance as it takes damage, but we can still equip every now and again the old hammer and just go and check the main supports, if that makes sense. And I think that would be a really nice way to do it, because we could, I mean, I don't know if we can paint them either, Elegon. You know, I've not tried it yet, mate. But I'm sure we can come up with something that won't be too aesthetically displeasing, but also very functional compared to what we had before. No, the dragon is not having a freaking donga, alright? Unbelievable. All the creativity we're going to put into this, and all anyone cares about is whether or not the dragon's got a freaking donga. Maybe it's a female dragon. Why has it got to be a male dragon with a big, giant, freaking hairy donga? I mean, come on. We can give it boobs. I'll meet you halfway. we'll have a dragon with breasts. What about that, Zar? That seems reasonably, you know, 50-50 there. A little bit of compromise. See you in a bit, Mark. I hope you get it all sorted, mate. I'm hoping it's not a PayPal account that like had hundreds of thousands of pounds sitting there you can't cash out, mate. Well, all right, scaly dongers then. Big scaly dongers. You're right, the real own. How are you doing, fella? They're all talking about dongers in chat, you know, just for a change, mate. Weirdos. They obviously don't get enough donga at home. That's all I'm saying. Right, where are we going to go for feathers then? Shall we just go and hit, like, say, that area there and then head directly west? Tends to be a good zone. Oh, shite, hang on. Oh, God, I need to go and eat. God, I tell you what, how long have we've been on for, like, nearly 45 minutes, right? And I've not actually done anything yet. Dragons can definitely have boobs, mate. You want to go to DeviantArt. In fact, seriously, don't go to DeviantArt and look up dragons with boobs. Just don't go there. You'll never be the same man again, Zar. And definitely go to DeviantArt and have a look at dragons with dongas, mate. And definitely don't do that if you're at work. Just saying. I'm just going to pop these back here because we don't really need them. You right, Neo Cyan? How you doing, fella? We are actually out of, oh my god! This will be the last time I can have bacon and eggs, dudes. What? What is this, bro? Cook. It takes about 3 seconds to cook that lot, doesn't it? I'm not going to break my leg today. We've got no building to do today. In fact, I think everything's pretty much operational, isn't it? A female dragon with a big scaly donga. I suppose, is that like, are we going down the route of a hermaphroditic dragon? I mean, I tell you what, you lot are a bit forward thinking, to say the least, aren't you? So we're going to have a dragon with a donga and titties. Amazing, mate. Absolutely incredible. It says a lot about this chat, really, doesn't it? Instigated yet again by the one and only Zeranthian. Also known as Sebastian, Saver of Grumbodia. Dragon porn stash. What if I have? Still not getting a sneaky peek at it. All for me. All the scales. And tentacles. What's this? Tentacles, Divine. So we've got dragons with dongas, titties, and tentacles. My god, mate. Alright, let's go. See, it's strange. Look, we started talking about that particular physical construct, and look, Elegon's mysteriously gone AFK. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Actually, I want to play a game with a dragon in it now. Let's scrap this game. What are we going to play? Should we go and play something like... Oh, actually, I was reading an interesting article yesterday. It was on, was it NeoGAF? I can't remember, actually. No, I think it was Overclockers. And they were comparing, like, graphics across a whole slew of games. There was a thread yesterday which we spoke about, which was comparing things like The Order with Hellblade and another. And it sort of sparked off, you know, the forums. You know, everyone seems to frequent the same forums. And it sparked off another discussion. And it was talking about The Witcher 3. And how beautiful the game was. And I kind of, you know, just, yeah, you know, I've played the game and I played it at, you know, max settings. I think the only thing I turned off was Geralt's hair works because it looked awful. But we kept it on the animals, and the game was beautiful. I genuinely felt it was, and didn't really think much of it. And then a couple of people waded into the chat on the forum. They were saying, well, actually, you know what? If you look at it from a technical perspective and actually compare it to other games, The Witcher 3 is actually really, really bad quality. And I was thinking, what a load of nonsense. And actually, they took a whole series. They went to a lot of trouble, the two guys. A lot of trouble to actually take different elements of The Witcher and compare it to other games of a similar ilk. And one of the ones that really stood out to me, because it's something that when I was playing The Witcher, I never once thought was actually bad quality. And it was vegetation. And oh my God, The Witcher 3 actually has got really shit vegetation. But it's like they said, the whole presentation of The Witcher 3 is sort of more than the sum of its individual parts. And there's a lot of clever tech behind it to make it look a lot more beautiful than it really is. But I was quite surprised. But, you know, they're actually sort of showing faces and general sort of just facial contours and comparing that to other games. And The Witcher 3 actually isn't that good looking at all. It really, not when you start digging under the hood. And I thought, that is mad, isn't it? It's kind of crazy, because if you were to ask me, is The Witcher 3 a good-looking game? You know, graphically, is it impressive? I'd have said, absolutely balls to the wall, is it? Amazing game, you know? If not one of the best-looking games I've played. And it's strange. It's quite interesting to see how devs mask things like shitty vegetation. Very clever. There's a lot more to it than you realise. I would like to go back and play The Witcher 3. I really would. Path of Exile's my topic of today. Bunch of knobs. What a bunch of knobs. Knobber McKnob dev team. Suck my didgeridoo, mate. That's all I'm going to say. Big hairy knob buckets. Gonna get a big bucket full of all my pubes. Mix them up with manky toenails and send them to him in the post. That's what I'm going to do. I'm a man of action. No, this is it, James. No, it's hard for me. I'll have to dig the post out, mate. It's you have to look at it individually rather than as it is when you're playing it, and actually like compare a tree in The Witcher or an area of open plains to another game. And actually, The Witcher 3 is actually quite old looking in terms of the tech. But you got to take into account, you know, it is an open world game. But then against those games like Skyrim and whatever, you know, which they were actually comparing it to, especially if you start playing about with mods and things. I think that's the one downside of The Witcher 3 is it's not particularly. I mean, it's moddable, but it's not moddable like Skyrim was, isn't it? I wonder if they'll ever sort of, you know, consider branching out and providing sort of creative tools with their new project. What was this? The Cyberpunk one they're doing next, aren't they? Quite excited for that. It'd be interesting to have a brand new IP with a pedigree of a dev like CD Projekt Red behind it. I think they'll do some, you know, some pretty groundbreaking stuff, to be fair. What? Oh, the knobbers at Pillars of Exile. Because there is an actual post by somebody on Reddit and on their forums, which has been responded to by the dev team, where they are porting the game across to Xbox, but they've refused. So they are not even contemplating bringing across the control scheme, the controller control scheme, to PC. Because it would involve reworking all the skills. Now, on the face of that, you think, well, actually, that's a fair comment, you know. And on the face of that, I would actually have been quite happy with that. But not to add, we're not asking them to completely port it. All we want is WASD control for the main character. That's all we need. WASD control for the main character. Why the fuck would you not have that in this day and age? Well, I don't need all the skills changing. All I need is so that I can move the character with my left analog stick. Or use WASD on the keyboard. Oh no, that'd be far too much. That'd involve reworking the entire... Would it, fuckers, like you bunch of pricks. Unbelievable. Absolutely. I lost all credit for them right there in that single post. Talking complete shit. I won't touch that game with a barge pole now. I literally just refuse to entertain the notion of ever playing it, looking at it, watching it, doing anything with it. In fact, I turned Ko's stream on yesterday and was utterly bored to death. Even Ko couldn't save that shit pit of a game. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. No, that's an unfair criticism. I mean, you know my thoughts on Path of Exile. I think it's an absolutely fantastic game, but I just don't think those games lend themselves particularly well to being fun content to watch. They're fantastic to play, but I can't watch people playing them. Diablo was different because Diablo was exciting because of the real money auction house, and every now and again you'd be watching it. You'd actually be looking at the gear. You know, King Konga and all the other guys would be getting and thinking, Jesus Christ, mate, that's actually worth a freaking fortune, you know. And they might do it as a raffle or a giveaway to people in chat when they got a really nice bit of gear that wasn't just quite the piece they were looking for, you know. There was a sense of fun and excitement with that. Path of Exile, oh my God. All it was just arrows, arrows, arrows. Pew, 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 pew. Unlock the next skill. Rinse, repeat. There is a game on the PC that doesn't use WASD for movement. It's third person. Yes, it's called Path of Exile, mate. What a ridiculous comment by a dev to make. You know, people even try to talk to them about, you know, we're not asking for a rework of the skills. We appreciate that, you know, the clicky nature of the game is not something we want to change. We just want WASD controls for the character, which means we can then map that to the Steam controller. To just flat out refuse to do it, you know, touting all this crap about how it would have to we'd have to reinvent the entire skill system. Essentially, what they're saying is the Xbox version is going to be completely different to the PC version. Is it fuckers like? You know perfectly well it's going to be exactly the freaking same, mate. Just talking out their arse. No, I completely disagree, real. I mean, I've heard that argument so many times. That is just complete nonsense, dude. Absolute, complete and utter nonsense. I'm sorry, mate. I absolutely, categorically disagree with you. You weren't forced to buy things, mate. That was entirely up to you. There was a sub-market there. If you want to play the game and get drops, then fine, play the game and get drops. If you want to drop $1,000 on the perfect bit of loot, you could drop $1,000 on it. I made money playing that game. Hundreds of thousands of people made money playing that game. It didn't change the game in any way, shape or form. Blizzard were making a fortune out of it, dude. If you didn't want to participate in the real money auction house, you didn't need to. It's not like it was goddamn PvP, pay to win or anything, was it? No, I absolutely, utterly, wholeheartedly, fundamentally disagree with anybody that uses that as an argument. It was a sad day, the day that the real money auction house went. Basically, if you're the sort of person that wanted to stretch your EP and you wanted to go and spend £1,000 because I'd found a bit of kit, I'm all for that, mate. You want to give me £1,000 for something I paid, you know, picked up playing for 20 minutes one Friday night, go for it, dude. I ain't going to argue here. Adding a huge depth to the game. It was exciting. It was legit really exciting, mate. I would fundamentally say that's exactly what destroyed the game, to be quite honest. I know a huge swathe of players, myself included, that never really went back to it as a result of that. What was the point in playing it then? When I find a perfect bit of loot, what do I do with it? Fuck all. Nothing I can do with it now. Poor old Blizzard. How they've lost their way over the years. I think the thing with Blizzard is they just now target a completely different player than what I was. It's like Dan playing Hearthstone yesterday. Just nope. As much as I love Dan to pieces, I will not watch Dan play Hearthstone. I won't watch anyone play Hearthstone. I can't stand the goddamn game. It doesn't interest me in the slightest. Not in the slightest. I became quite fond of Gwent, but I still would never play Gwent standalone. I just found it a really fun element and addition to within the Witcher world. Instead of rolling the poker dice, I played Gwent. I actually found it was quite good fun collecting the cards and things. But You know, Hearthstone doesn't interest me. Overwatch, as much as I like watching it, I would never actually buy. Probably put myself out. What else have they got in their franchise? Obviously, they've got World of Warcraft, which is a game that I still would love to play, but unfortunately, I'm one of those old buggers who remembers the glory days a little bit too much, so it'd be very hard for me to go back and play it, like, seriously. Oh, that was a bad shot, mate. I should have had him then, shouldn't I? It was all lovingly lined up there. Sorry, Lone Realist. Just simply have no idea what you said, mate. If you can speak a little bit of English, I might be able to help you, but you're literally just talking in a language I don't know, mate. As much as I'd love to be able to speak Russian, I can't, fella. I can do cheeky breaky. Adventure mode, yeah. To be honest, mate, I'd love to go back to Diablo, actually. All this aside and all jokes aside, I would actually like to go back to Diablo for that with the, what's the new class, dude? The Necro class. Always fancy the Necro class as a bit of a standalone play by your own, as opposed to in a party kind of play through Diablo 3. I think the problem with Diablo 3 is it's just such a shit story, just such boring environments. It was, I mean, it really was the crappiest ever Diablo. There's just no doubt about that. But when the real money auction house was there, God almighty, we used to farm the hell out of that game. Quite good fun. Take care, so have a lovely day, mate. Give my love to Feathers. Yeah, will do, mate. Will do. We will have a chat. Wow, it's the most fun grind game, to be honest. Playing Guild Wars 2 and 1, it's close, but the PvP's better. I really like Guild Wars 2, mate. One of the few reasons that I had to actually stop playing Guild Wars 2 was when I first picked it up, mate. They had really, really bad issues with server lag in the cities, mate. They were aware of it. They were working on it, all the rest of it, and I just decided to take a break. And you know what it's like within an MMO. In fact, we'll talk about Albion Online in a minute as well. You've only got to take a break for a weekend or a week, and the hook, that addictive hook in an MMO, it's like the shackles literally just fall off you, and you suddenly. It's so easy to walk away. While you're still actually playing a game day in, day out, any sort of MMO, it's incredibly difficult to walk away. If you're somebody like me who loves those kind of persistent worlds and character development and all the rest of it, it's very hard for me to walk away while I've got the game on my hard drive and playable and all the rest of it. When I took a little break from Guild Wars, just in the hope that they'd like I said, solve the server lag and frame rate issues that you have in towns. My God, this dude is doing my fruit and nutting. Could you just come and eat me, please? It would make life so much easier. Just going around in these stupid ass circles. I need a flamethrower, is what I need. And the only other reason that I didn't like Guild Wars 2, mate, and this is a fundamental issue, but I understand why they do it. And to be honest, I've got no other way for them to fix it, so I feel a bit bad saying it, but I hated the way that when you went to a new zone, went back to an old zone, you ended up with your character being essentially capped, player level capped. So if I was a level 40 and I went to a level sort of 20, sorry, say I'm level 40 and I went to a player like 10 zone, my character essentially became a level 10. And I really despise that in MMOs, mate. One of the best parts of an MMO for me, my God, this dude is frustrating the shit out of me. Is there actually a hitbox on these things, or is it just like literally completely freaking random? There we go. Yeah, well, one of the fun parts for me in games like that is going to an area, struggling with it like you do in World of Warcraft. If you're a little bit under-leveled, you spend a few hours or a couple of weeks leveling up, getting your character, unlocking some new skills, abilities, whatever, equipment, and then you go back to that area and you suddenly, you level pegging with the mobs and the bosses and all the rest of it. And Guild Wars, that was the real reason that, if I had to say why I left Guild Wars, it was because of that. I really struggled with that element of it. You're right, Satis, how you doing? Whoa! Your wife is preggo, gonna buy her an account again because she's on bed rest in World of Warcraft. So you not just found out she's pregnant then, Darth Maul. Congratulations either way, dude. I don't think I knew that, so that's fantastic news. How long have you got to go, dude? Oh, no, I was all over the place there, Owen. And we were talking recently about Albion Online. Quite a few of us, well, I think 6 or 7 of us, all bought into the early access. Going back probably about 2 years ago, something like that, maybe. And it was basically, it was always sold as the spiritual sort of successor to Ultima Online, which is where my hype kind of lay. And we played in the sort of alpha, beta, call it what you will, a couple of years back. And actually quite enjoyed it. It was always going to be a grindy game. And there were lots and lots of things that, you know, that were promised and spoken about. Yes, Elegon. Yes, absolutely. How you doing, Wensex? How's things, mate? Yeah, it is. It's part of the fun of the game. It's another reason why I really dislike characters, monster progression that works in line with the character. Skyrim and a lot of the Elder Scrolls games are real bastards for that. You know, we've spoken about this so many times over the years, you know. I don't still want to be struggling with a troll that I struggled with at level 10 when I'm level 200, you know? Unless the troll's grown like 3 times in size and has got a giant cricket bat penis he's beating me over the head with, then he really shouldn't be any more of a challenge than he was. In fact, I should now easily defeat him, you know what I mean? And a lot of games do that, and I think they do that just because it's an easy way to make the... to actually develop the game, rather than coming up with new and more new dangerous and varied opponents. They just simply just keep regurgitating the same one and have them level up in the same way that you do. You know, I understand that you could argue, well, you know, he's a troll and maybe he's been fighting and learning and he's still alive and he's eaten lots of adventurers and he's smarter, but let's be honest, you're sort of talking a bit of Billy bullshit there, aren't you? But Albion Online, you know, it had a lot of promise and it recently released full version. And I've actually been reading a lot about it on their forums. Don't know whose house that is, look. And I heard terrible things. The whole resource management system has gone completely down the pooper. People have very quickly cottoned on that if you're... the way the game works is everything's in tiers. So you start off trying to, you know, generate a tier 1 axe. And for that, you need the tier 1 resources and etc. So it's all very, very simplistic, really, on the face of it. Let's head back into this zone. Let's go down south there. How's things with you, Wentex? You're right, mate. And basically what's happened is, in theory, if you're of a character level where you need tier 5 equipment, you really should, the way the game was originally designed, be farming tier 5 resources. And that spread the player base, and things got, you know, essentially harder as you progressed. But of course, there were a lot less people at the top of the pile. Resources didn't respawn as fast at tier 5 as they do at tier 1, etc., etc. So there was kind of an inbuilt balance ready to have happen. You know, it would have been very much the top tier guilds in PvP almost vying for the tier 5 resources, whereas all the tier 1 and 2 stuff was kind of just easy pickings for characters that were just simply coming through the ranks. Unfortunately, what happened upon release, despite them actually claiming they'd done the number crunching, which is a specific post that they made on their forums, what's happened is all the guilds have simply discovered that it's a lot easier for them just to go and mass farm the lower level tiers. It's a real struggle as a new character to get anywhere because there's these massive monstrous guilds just rapid farming all the low tier stuff. The combat is very dry. The combat is extremely dull and boring. I mean, it really is. It's not even got like the Holy Trinity system that so many games have kind of gone down.
$10 donation received from Arakan. It's Friday, sun is shining, Grumbul is dick-a-fucking all is right in the world.
Is that... I like... We created a whole new words in the English language, Eric. And how you doing, mate? How's things, fella? I'm just dick-a-fucking about, mate. Absolutely. And seriously, dude, thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate it. That's a very, very generous, Eric. Thank you, Mum. Thank you very much, bro. I hope the stream's doing well. I hope your gorgeous community are doing well. In fact, have you even been streaming, mate? I've been extremely limited on time this week, fella. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very, very much. My hat is off to you. A ding-dang-do, brother. A ding-dang-do. As crystal. Money straight back in the pot, mate. It's the circle of life, Arican. Thank you very much, man. Seriously. Thank you very much. And going back to Albion Online, they've been DDoSed. Just to finish it all off, I know, Simpson, you mentioned this to me yesterday, didn't you? And I did a quick jump around on their Twitter, started digging into the forums. Actually, it's weird because I'd sort of given up on Albion Online completely. So I've not read anything on their forums for about the last week. And Simpson just happened to mention that, you know, all the server issues they were having. And popped over there, read about it. I just can't see them recovering. I've just touched on that very reason as well. I think when you're an MMO player, especially something with Albion Online, which is actually even worse than your average MMO in terms of getting its nasty little hooks into you, because it's also mobile based. You can actually play it on your phone. You can actually play it on your tablet. So you don't even need to be forced sitting in front of your PC to play the damn thing. And I know what it's like. You know, I am a very... I think they actually call it just like is it an addictive personality? And by that, they just mean that you don't do anything by half measures. You know, if you're going to do something, you throw everything into it. As a gamer, if you're going to play an MMO and you've got an addictive personality, you will throw every hour that God can send at you into that game. And it's something to be very aware of. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people in chat that can probably empathise with that. But an MMO, when you're playing it, it is so difficult to see anything else because there's always something else. There's probably a lot of psycho babble bullshit goes on in the development of some of these games, especially these mobile games, you know, where it's sort of give us a couple of quid and we'll speed up resource management for an hour or so. You know, things like Clash of Clans and all the rest of it. You know, they're very purposely designed to get you to keep coming back, to get you to drop a couple of quid on them. And I think with something like Albion Online that has had such a struggle in its early days on final release, because it's such a different game to what we had in beta, which is already upsetting people. People have literally not been able to log in for, like, you know, upwards of 2-3 days. And that is a disaster. That is an absolute calamity in the world of MMOs. I mean, how many of us would stick around in an MMO if that was happening? You just wouldn't, would you? You just say, sod this, you know. What else is going to go wrong? You know, is this ever going to get any better? What Simpsy was saying, and having read it, apparently the reason they're getting DDoSed is because of gold sellers. Sorry, that's my phone. Let me just see who this is. I don't want to get that. Yeah, apparently what's happening is that they're being held almost to ransom. So apparently, because, and my hat is off to them, because they're deliberately, actively engaging in systems that deter gold sellers in the game, the gold sellers are fighting back and essentially holding them to ransom. So in other words, if you don't let up and let us kind of get on with our business, we're just not letting anyone on the server, including ourselves. And that's hardcore, mate. I mean, that's really hardcore. And I just think they're bitten off more than they can chew. I really do. I mean, we know massive, you know, really focused, large-scale DDoS attacks are actually quite expensive to counter, especially when you're talking about something like an MMO. So I think we might see a really bad end for Albion Online, and I'm not happy about that. I think it had hopes. It really did. You all right, Epical Joe? How you doing, mate? What's going on here then, Darth? This is the first time... Oh, he's gone. You're actually 2 months in, been keeping it under wraps really, but yeah. Dude, congratulations, mate. I'll have to see if he pops back. That is freaking amazing news, dude. Another little baby on the way. You're right, Sadiva. You keep dying in raids, no more raids for you this week. Yeah. I've always said, Sadiva, if you're losing, just step away, mate. Get 2 days before you come back in. Take care, Owen. You took a few days off this week, going back this week. I'm trying to get her to stream in real life. You let me know the day, Arican. You let me know, mate. Don't you keep that one to yourself, you little bugger. Thanks very much, dude. Addictive personality disorder. Everything you do is balls deep. Anything you can get you to do with a goal over the next hill is our kryptonite. Yeah. Are you the same, Arican? I mean, can you relate to that? I became very aware of it very early on in my life. Weirdly enough, as a result of playing tabletop role-playing, I used to be very studious, and always have been. You know, I've always enjoyed learning. I wasn't one of these kids that kind of like, oh, I'd rather go and kick a football around. I loved being active, but at the same time, I also loved getting, you know, learning stuff at school. I thought it was fascinating. You know, I'd get a bit of biology homework or history homework, whatever it would be, and I'd just delve into it, mate. I'd quite happily go to the library and, you know, kick a football around on the field at the back, wait for the library to open, go and sit in there for a couple of hours. And when I started tabletop, sorry, not tabletop, pen and paper role-playing, AD&D, I completely turned off from anything academia, mate. It was just the end of it. All I could focus on was like fantasy and coming up with campaigns as a DM and all the rest of it. And I suddenly clicked. I mean, it was lucky. I mean, no one was there to sort of guide me. It wasn't like my you know, I was suffering at school. I mean, I was still doing fine. It was just that I still hadn't got that passion, and I sort of caught myself quite early on. You know, you have to get a balance, but it's so hard to do. I mean, it is really difficult to do. I mean, that's an easy solution because that was my own time. But when you're playing something like an MMO, like I said, that there's a lot more goes into those games than I think people realise. You know, they very much. It's not just the developers sitting down. I bet they actually do have psychiatric, if you like, input. You know, how can we make a player feel a sense of accomplishment, you know, in this small time frame? Something that's going to make them come back, especially with the old subscription-based models, you know. And now I think it's changed because subscription-based has now gone the way of the dodo and everything now is kind of free to play. The shift now is rather than how can we get them to keep coming back each month because we're getting $9.99 out of them anyway. Now it's like, how can we get a couple of extra quid today? How can we entice them just to go and spend 99p today on our game? And that's not the devs. I refuse to believe that is just developers coming up with that. I think they probably do have some sort of, you know, scientific support, whether it be from some psychoanalyst or, you know, some think tank. Do you know what I mean? There's got to be more to it than we think, right? Take care, Nightchild. Look after yourself, mate. Your Black Desert Online character has been online for 470 days since its released in February last year. I'm only slightly addicted. Yeah, it is. I mean, those games are. I mean, they are just deadly to us. They are deadly. If you've got that mindset, then you do have to be very careful. It's interesting, isn't it? Because over the years we've heard about people becoming so obsessed with gaming that, you know, that they've forgotten to eat or, you know, haven't stood up in 30 hours and, you know, you get some sort of thrombosis or something. I mean, it's scary stuff, you know. This is literally life-changing. But actually, it's ever so easy to relate to that if you've got that mindset, and I certainly have. I mean, you know, you've only got to see me stream. So sometimes we do an 8-hour stream and I hardly move. You know, it's not bloody good for me. I'm extremely active outside of the stream though, so it's not like I sit here for 6 or 7 hours streaming and then sit on my fat ass like for the rest of the day. You know, that's never going to happen. But a lot of people do, and you know, again, you know, looking at the bigger picture, you know, the kids growing up these days, you know, we were talking about it yesterday. They come home from school, they pop on their Xbox One, they go into party chat with their mates, and they sit there for 6 hours, you know, doing nothing. Some of them probably have to be dragged from their bedrooms to eat their dinner and things, you know. Scary world, mate. It's, you know, you've only got to look at statistics around, you know, just the physicality of humans and how we've changed in the last decade, you know. I mean, it is, you know, there's a huge weight problem in the UK. You know, people aren't as, you know, they're not as active as they used to. Everyone has a car now. I mean, one of the things that I always remember when I was growing up in the UK was, I mean, we were lucky enough to live in a house. My mum's house had a drive. Not everybody's house has a drive. You park on the road sort of thing outside your house. But back then, the whole of my mum's road, which is essentially a huge cul-de-sac, there was never a car on the street or on the road. Everybody parked their car on their drive. And there's normally, on most of those houses in that road, there's actually enough room for 2 cars. And now you go down my mum's road where she lives, and literally it's impossible almost sometimes to actually drive down the road. All the drives are full of cars, the road's full of cars, because the homes now have 2-3 cars. You know, you've got the mum has a car, dad has a car, the child has a car, grandma might be living there with a car. You know, we've just become, you know, my girlfriend won't even, she would never even, well, actually this is a lie, because now we've got the dog she does, which is one of the good outcomes. She would never have walked 10 minutes up the road to go and get a bottle of milk. She'd have got in the car. Every single time. Now she doesn't because she enjoys taking Cody out for a walk. But she's not unusual in that. She's actually very, very fit and active. But if she wasn't, you can see where you end up in trouble, can't you? I used to be addicted to trading cards, whether it was sports stuff or magic or whatever. I spent tens of... You've actually spent over $10,000 on trading cards, mate. Oh, Arican, dude, that is shocking, bro. I mean, in fairness, mate, if that's what you're into, that's freaking awesome. I mean, have you got an amazing collection? Or is it one of those things that you kind of got really into and then didn't keep up and have ended up with a huge collection that's worth sod all, mate? I can imagine that can go one or two ways, dude. I mean, to be honest, mate, it doesn't matter what you're into, does it? You can't put a price on a hobby. If you're into something, no matter what it is. You know, £10,000 isn't anything, is it? You're right, just too white. Black Desert is a very addictive MMO. Yeah, and I can understand how that would work as well, because that is essentially free to play, isn't it? Sort of. I know you have to sort of put a bit of money up front. So yeah, I can imagine they've got lots and lots of ways they try and tease a bit of cash out of you. And of course, if you don't want to have that cash teased out of you, it's probably an even more grindy game. But that's where the hook is, isn't it? You wouldn't want to know how much analysis goes into this, Grum. There is a huge think tank working on that, e.g. the loot boxes. Yeah. I can imagine. It's interesting, Elegon, because you've just touched on something that sometimes maybe I forget when I'm talking about this. It's not just the psychiatry behind it. It's not just, you know, thinking about how the human mind works and how we can get someone to play a little bit longer or to cough up a little bit of cash. It's actually the the mathematical algorithms that go into, as you've just said, things like the randomization, the RNG side of it. As you say, nowhere near as random as you would like it to actually truly be. Interesting point, Elegon. Thanks for that. That's a really good input, actually, mate. Yeah. It's not just the mental side of it, is it? The sort of psychoanalysis behind it all. It's the actual maths behind it, the number crunching behind it all. Scary. You right, Stex Experience? How you doing, fella? How's things? Are they blueberries? We might as well grab them while we're here, right? Fascinating stuff, gaming. I mean, we've always said, haven't we? I mean, it's not the first time you know, it's big business. Gaming is huge. I mean, it always was relatively big in terms of, you know, how much these games, you know, have cost to make over the years. Even looking at the physicality of things like cartridges and chips back in the day, you know, it wasn't cheap to manufacture. It's never been a cheap industry to get into from a hardware point of view. I mean, Microsoft very much muscled their way in with a huge cash injection in the Xbox division, didn't they? You know, it's why we don't see anybody else coming up with new hardware in that console circle. I mean, maybe we will one day. I mean, Apple might one day think it might be worth getting into. I can't see it happening, though. I can't really think of anybody else that would have the cash to do it other than Amazon. And again, I just can't see them being interested in it either. You have an amazing collection of very specific cards. You started playing Magic only a few years ago. My sports card collection is focused on the Chicago sports team. I have some very nice... yeah, I can imagine the sports stuff is insanely expensive, I reckon. Yeah, wow, dude. You'd have to see if you can get some pictures up, mate. I'd love to see, you know, what you've got and how you keep it, dude. Black Desert is buy to play with an in-game cash shop with sexy underwear. Yeah. You've already sold it to me. In fact, let's go and download it now, mate. I've seen the pit. I've quite often jumped onto the Steam. I remember talking to Chris about this. Jumped onto the Steam community section with the screenshots, and oh my god, mate, some of the character models. I mean, they are art, mate. I mean, you know, I've played about with that character generator myself, and you know, you can make some amazing characters, but some of the stuff people have pulled off, so some of the creations and the poses, you know, the fact you can manipulate the skeleton and everything, let alone, you know, everything down to the eyelash length, etc. So some people have got a real talent to play about with that stuff. Mind blowing. Magic the Gathering was a great game, but it got too expensive to keep up. Is it really? I mean, is it really expensive then? Yeah. I mean, is it? I mean, is Magic the Gathering essentially a pay to win? You know, the more cash you can throw at it, you know, the better you do, because the better the chance of getting good cards. Is it as simple as that? Yeah. When you buy advantages for a guild, you actually become more important as you support poorer people in the guild. Therefore, you have a hidden value they tend to include. On the other side, the more you buy, the worse your random factor gets, as you've already proved that you are willing to invest money. Wow, Elegon. Apple tried making a console for. Did they really, Ricky? You got any like links to it or anything? I know there were rumours like years back about Apple getting into the living room scene through a games console that was going to be a lot more than a games console. And that's going back ages, mate. Ages and ages and ages back. So hang on, Elegon, let me get this straight. Let me just see if I've got this in a nutshell rather than thinking I understand it. Say you and I play a game, and that game has got a loot box, and those loot boxes have a chance of a golden gun. What you're telling me is that the first time you and I spend cash on that loot box, we probably are chucked into the same formula, yeah? Although actually they might, you know, I can imagine even at that base level, right? You know, when you sign up for a game and you tell them your age, and maybe tell them, you know, if you've got a university degree or anything like that. You know these things that they find out about you think are perfectly harmless and something to do with account security. So they might essentially what they're trying to find out is what your expendable income might be. But let's just assume that it's not that horrible, but I think it probably is. When we first buy that first loot crate, we both essentially enter a similar algorithm stage. But if I, for example, started buying a loot box every single day, and you're only buying a loot box every 6 months, are you telling me that actually the chances of me getting good loot from the loot box actually reduce because they know I'm the sort of person that is going to buy regardless? Is that what you're telling me in a nutshell, mate? Oh, I'd love to, Arakan. Honestly, seriously, I'd love to see it, dude. Arakan, one of the things that I'll say to you, right? I've never collected cards. I mean, I used to collect like football cards back when all kids in the UK used to collect football cards. But I've never done it. But what I can tell you, mate, is it's exactly the sort of thing that I steer clear of because I know how addictive it would be. Because you know what, mate? I love the physicality of collecting things. I love having something physical, something tangible. But back in the UK, you used to get like Premiership footballers, and you used to get what were called the shinies. So you'd get like silver cards and gold cards that were actually physically shiny, and you'd trade them for like 30 of your bog standard players, kind of thing. I totally get cards, mate. I totally get them. I love the smell of them, the look of them, the touch of them. And when you start talking about stuff from the fantasy setting where you've actually got unique artwork, holy shit, dude, that's the kind of thing if I could, I'd spend gazillion $1 million on it just to get the perfect collection. I totally am the sort of person that would fall into the trap of doing it, mate. But if you enjoy it, don't you? But I just can't afford to, so as a result of that, I never did. It's almost gambling, isn't it? I mean, it's just that little grey area of gambling. I mean, you're spending money on the chance of winning something that might be worth more money. It is gambling. You know, you could argue maybe it's not, but... Just wondering if Elegon thought what I said there. What was that, James? You, Really, Rick? I don't know. I remember something a long time ago, like I said. You'd actually spent £2,000 on Magic the Gathering. Oh my god, dude. And how old were you at the time, James? You were spending £200 to £300. My god, they must have made gazillions out of it, bro. You're right, Kratark. How you doing, mate? And your sister collects Tamagotchis. Did she spend a lot of money on it, Anvina? How you doing? The Apple console was called the Pippin Atmark. Oh my god. Let me just get this and I'll watch it. I just I won't watch it now, I'll have a look in a bit. Oh cool. How old's this then? I'll have a look at that in a bit. Oh well, the graphics on that look nice. It is that horrible. Oh thanks, Elion, thanks mate. If we both buy it, my chances are lower as I'm coming from Switzerland, which is in general rich. They even say, oh my god, mate. Therefore, I'm more likely to spend more. And yes, if you buy regularly, your chances sink because they don't have to trade you in when you're already buying. Also, if you didn't play for a long time and come back and buy one, chances are higher again to fix you in again. Blizzardly Open confirms that for you in Hearthstone. Oh, dude. I mean, it's weird because we've had this discussion quite a few times. You know, I've expressed my sort of doubts about just how random truly is with loot crates. And it's no surprise, Elegon, but I think it's the first time I've ever really had a discussion here on Twitch about it with people supporting that. That is manic, isn't it? And like I said, you know, they've got you from day one, haven't they? Because you sign up for your account and that, you know, they're asking you like, where do you live? And, you know, how old are you? And they might ask you what are the consoles you've got. And, you know, if you list a whole load of consoles, they know you're a big gamer and you're willing to invest money and time into it. Shit, dude. In a way, you could sort of play the system, couldn't you? A little bit. You know, if you could understand exactly what it is, who they're targeting with those lower chances, you could almost provide fake information. But you're not going to be able to fake your play time or your actual spending habits, are you? But you might be able to give yourself a slight boost by lying about your age, country of origin, and things like that. But again, you know, can they just get that information anyway? They know what servers you're logging into, blah blah blah. But to know that they manipulate it to that extent is really, that's mad. I mean, you can't argue it, can you? I mean, it's gambling in a casino, isn't it? The odds are simply stacked against you. You know, the house never loses. At the end of the day, you might come out with a few quid in your pocket, but 90% of the people there that evening came out a lot worse off than they went in. It's just constantly reeling you in, giving you a bit of slack. It's just fishing, basically, isn't it? I mean, it's clever, you know? It's clever. It's money for nothing. That's why everything has loot boxes. You know, the big drama with the new Shadows of Mordor, and, you know, it being a single-player game, but it's still going to have stuff that you can buy, and it's mad, honestly. The whole gaming scene is just completely potty at the moment. And it's never going to change, because they are making just millions from these loot crates, call it what you will. You're not having a lot of luck there, I reckon. 1996. Oh, maybe it's not the one I was thinking. When I said a long time ago, I thought I was thinking about 10 years ago, not sort of 20 years ago. Jesus. He's actually spent £100 on a single Tamagotchi. See, the thing is, though, I mean,
Your pardon
you know,
is required.
it's a bit.
You've been a most magnanimous host, and you've waited too long for this moment.
Thank you very much, Mark. Thank you for the host. It's like I said to Arakin, if you've got a hobby and you enjoy it, and you can afford it, and it's not affecting anybody, then it's not a problem, is it? It's just simply not a problem. I think the fear for me, that the grey line is, as Elegon's pointed out, how much they manipulate young people. I mean, a lot of these games are designed to target, you know, kids in their teens, you know, Xbox, PlayStation, young boys and girls. And is it not really just a form of gambling? Are they not creating an environment where kids are going to grow up where throwing money digitally for the chance of possibly getting something? Does that not alter the way you think long term coming into adulthood? Who knows? You know, it's going to affect some kids. It's not going to affect others, is it? But it does seem a little bit overly manipulative.
Grum, you might want to check the temperature there, fella.
We're in the burnt biome now. I think we'll be okay. I've got the what's it on, haven't I? I've got the leather jerkin on. Yeah, that's mad, that is. So what was this on? So it's not you've got a friend who's a creative director at a company that makes mobile games, and I had quite a few discussions about him with concerning this. It was very interesting to hear what goes on behind in the. Oh, it's mad. I tell you what, mate. A bottle of scotch and a couple of cigars, mate. I'd love to pick his brains. That'd be freaking amazing, dude. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's like I said. At the end of the day, no one's forcing you to. You know, no one's forcing you to walk into the casino. No one's forcing you to walk into that cash shop. You know, they're there to make money, and if you. It's like I've always said, you know, as long as it's not affecting the single-player experience. See, an interesting one was this Shadows of Mordor that's popped up recently. So they're talking about having stuff in the cash shop. And I've got two issues with this. The first concern, and I mean, I don't know if anyone can shed any light on this because they've backpedaled and they keep rephrasing things. My big issue with the Shadow of Mordor having stuff that was purchasable within the game was they were very much originally said that it would therefore have an always online requirement. In other words, to stop people cheating the system. We all know there's things out there. There's the equivalent of the old cheat codes that you can use in games in order to get stuff. It's not hard to data mine a game and get access to the stuff that's already present in the code. So they were talking about having an always online presence for a single player game because they wanted to protect their cash shop. Now that's bullshit. Any single player game that requires an online server, there's two inherent issues with that. One, you're not always going to be able to play online. I mean, I might be able to, but a hell of a lot of people can't. And two, one day those servers are not going to be there, which means that game you paid money for, you're not going to be able to play. So straight away, I've got issues with that. There was a big hoo-ha about people saying, oh, but it's a single player game, so how does it bother you? That's a very, very naive perspective to have. Because I can pretty much guarantee that if a game which is a single player game has got stuff in a cash shop, that it will be extremely difficult to get that stuff without spending money, which typically therefore has an impact on the actual gameplay itself. So in other words, something that would have been very simplistic, something that would have been very fun in order to achieve and get that reward now becomes a laborious grind because they want you to pay the money to actually get it. So actually for people to say, oh, it's a single player game, why would it bother you? Really aren't seeing the bigger picture. It will almost certainly, 100% of the time I would have thought, if you're going to have a sword in a cash shop for a single player game, that you can also get just from playing the single player game, I can guarantee you're looking at one hell of a boring grind or some ludicrously difficult random gen drop system for you to get it without paying the £1.99 for the super duper sword in the game. You could argue you don't need the super duper sword in the game. The point is, I'm buying a single player experience. Why should I have to pay for the content? So there's my stance on that. You've died 3 times every horde night. Oh my god, dude, you're not having a lot of luck there, are you, fella? I need to get home, actually. Where the hell is my house? I've got no idea. Let's go back. Tomorrow is horde night. I think we got a reasonable amount of what's it, feathers, didn't we?
Oh my lady, you know I love you.
You're right, Mad Nest. How you doing? It's Jixie.
Oh, with my graveyard love.
You have spent money on mobile games. See, I never have. You know, I played Clash of Clans for a little while. For some reason, it wasn't because it's because I just really liked the graphics on it. It sounds ludicrous to say that out loud. I really liked Clash of Clans. I liked the animations. I liked the tower defense side of it, and I liked the fact I could click on it in the morning where I was on the pooper and get my people off and go and do things, and then come back in the evening and carry on. You know, it was like just 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I kind of quite enjoyed it, and I never once spent any money on it though, not once. I think I'm wise to it now. I felt no desire to race ahead of the pack. You know, the game had been out for God knows how long. In fact, does Clash of Clans even exist anymore? Didn't they create some new system which was even more amazingly clever at grabbing money out of kids? Mum and Dad get a phobia for like £6 Clash of Clans. Like, what the bloody hell? How's things, chicks? You alright, mate? Yeah, he spent money on Mobile Strike and he's so paid to win. A friend that spent like $200 and still got raided by someone who dropped like $500. And this is an interesting point, isn't it, Ricky? You can't even protect yourself. If you're willing to spend 100, you can bet your ass someone's willing to spend 200. Yeah, I can see that, mate. Yeah. What's that, Ricky? Where am I? I'm in the UK, bro. I'm bang in the middle. Well, I'm not at the moment. I come from the middle of England. A place called Birmingham. That's what antiseptic wipes are for, Kikistricator. Come on, who doesn't play with their phone when they're on the shitter? Everybody plays with their phone when they're on the shitter. That's what phones are for, mate. Cash of Clans, is that what they call it? I really enjoyed it, but I never once spent any money on it. I could see the reason why I'd like to, but I just don't like buying things like via mobile. It just reeks of dodginess to me. You spent £32.50 for that's not too bad of it. And like I said, you know, if you get, you know, if you, I mean, to be honest, if I had spent say £30 on Clash of Clans, I wouldn't regret it. I might still be playing it today if I had done, maybe. I don't know. You're right, Christina Pet. What's called this game? What's it called? 7 Days to Die. What, you just going to go home, chicks? That sounds like a cushy job, mate. Got nothing to do, off you go. Sounds alright. What are you going to do with the afternoon, mate? You're going to go and play with a boner. Gotta get that deer, mate. Where the hell did he go? Oh, you cheeky rascal. I'm not even going to talk about it, Ricky. I'm not even here to engage in anything political or what have you, mate. I'm not here for that, fella. That's what Discord's for. Just to give you an idea, this is one pack of cards. Well, let's have a look, mate. What? $300. A Marvel Premier Trading Cards box, upper deck. Oh my god, it's nearly $300. I'll tell you what, they don't piss about. Oh, mind you, I have to say they look amazing. Each box contains one single panel sketch card. I don't know what that all means, but I'm guessing it's 6 boxes per case, 1 pack per box, 5 cards per pack. Jesus, it would be so easy to just blow such a huge wedge of cash, wouldn't it, if you were into any one single product, let alone if you're into multiple ones like you are, Arican. But it must be an awesome feeling knowing you've got that collection, mate. And presumably the collections hold their value, don't they? You know, a collection's never suddenly just. I suppose once they stop manufacturing, the prices skyrocket, don't they? Because that's it. People are desperate to complete collections and things. One of the most disturbing things I experienced in the US is how they pronounce Birmingham. How do they pronounce it? It's Birmingham. That's it. Some people say Birmingham, but Birmingham. Birmingham. Gum. It's got a gum to it from people from Brum. Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham. I'm from Birmingham. Birmingham, like. Come from the land of Brum. The lady's having a minor hand procedure. Oh, shit. Oh, I hope she's alright, chicks. I'm looking forward to watching that later, actually, Fizzgod. Look at Ball and his transfer. Oh, yeah, I bet he spent a fortune, hasn't he? I'm not too sure about an evening stream, chicks. It's I get a little bit wheezy later on of an evening, mate. I'm all right in the day, dude. It's early in the morning and late of an evening. I get quite wheezy at the moment, dude. I think if I do an evening stream, we'll see how I feel later, mate. But you know, I would never say this. I'm not trying to call in sick or anything, mate. I just don't want to risk not getting weekend streams in as well, dude. You know, I could pay a pretty hefty price, I think. It sort of helps during the daytime, chicks, because I said yesterday, because I'm not breathing deeply, which is how I normally breathe. The pain's pretty manageable, mate, because I'm talking so much, so I'm sort of like, it's like little gas. I shouldn't have done that. Little gas. Fucking little gas. Exactly what I didn't want to do, right? Little gasps of air, you know, at the end of each sentence. It's actually quite nice, dude, but it really, really starts hitting me, especially early evening, mate. I feel absolutely freaking awful. It is quite horrible. I don't want to bang on about it, obviously, but yeah, Feckingham, Birmingham, Birmingham. Where you come from? From Birmingham, like? Your actual collection is between 15 and 20,000. What do you do to protect it, Arakan? I mean, I'm a bugger, right? I mean, I collect, as you know, PC games and, you know, console games. But my favourites are old school PC games. You know, the old... I mean, you can't get PC physical copies for anything anymore. Very, very rare that a game releases as a physical edition. God, that really hurt. That's proper. That's put me off my my breathing now. Doing that, I'm actually gasping for air now. That was not such a good idea. That's it. Stream over now, chicks. You fucked it, mate. What was I gonna say? Yeah, I mean, so some of the PC games I've got, you know, they harken back. Well, I don't even know when some of them did. You know, pick them up at car boot sales and from friends, or you know, even eBay over the years. It's amazing what people will give away for like £1, you know, that might be worth £100 to me, you know. I'm trying to complete, say, like an old bullfrog collection or something like that. But I'm quite careful with it, mate. You know, I have it all. A lot of them are just, they're not really on show, dude. And I think sometimes, you know, I look at myself and I think, you know, why am I collecting all this stuff and taking up room in the attic? No one even knows it's there except me. But every now and again, you know, like it was, I don't know, about 12 months ago. I just happened to go and get my old Baldur's Gate discs out and took a picture of them and showed everyone. It was like, shit, you know, I kind of remember that. And, you know, some of the old boxes are so beautiful. You know, you're lucky to get a physical copy of a game in a store these days. And what do you get? Sometimes you don't even get a disc. You literally get a plastic case with like a cover art on it. And inside is a digital code for PlayStation Network. You don't even get a Blu-ray with it. You know, back in the old days, they used to give you like cloth maps and silver coins that were just plastic, but it looked like a silver coin. You might get a talisman. You might get some really, really nice dice that were engraved. You get instruction manuals that were almost of biblical proportions. And I love that stuff, mate. And I keep it all very carefully wrapped up. I mean, what's your collection? Is your collection something that you physically handle a lot and you like going through it? Or is it something that you have almost like locked under close guard? I hope your fiance's alright, chicks. You lost around $3,000 when your place was robbed while I was moving. Got your anime. Oh, Ricky, that's that shit, mate. Depends on the card. Chicks, yeah, it's insured for about twice the value. Oh, so you actually have you've got insurance for it. Oh, I see, right. Thick plastic magnetic cases with rounded corners. Wow, dude. You're right, Vicky. How you doing, mate? Still have the original boxes for World of Warcraft. I do as well. And I've got the super duper Burning Crusade. I don't get the rest of them, dude. Well, actually, I say that. I've got them, but they're not in mint condition, mate. And to be honest, because I was out of touch with World of Warcraft, I don't actually know if everything's really even there, to be honest, dude. It was really there just to keep the collection up to date, at least in terms of looking like I'd got it all. You're right, Fern. What was that? You still got your cloth map? With the cloth maps I was talking about, things like Ultima and stuff, Kevin. Lovely stuff. Yeah, we've got graphics in the game are set to max. The only thing I don't have on is depth of field and motion blur, dude. Oh, Jesus. Let me have a think. If I make another If I make another 92, then pop. I mean, are we sort of at the point where we can start manufacturing explosive crossbow bolts, then, aren't we? I still think we should do for the first horde just some A-frames, you know, at the back end of the corridor. So I think we'll go and do that in the morning. So what do we need? We want duct tape as well now. I want that. I want gunpowder. What else do you need? Steel arrowheads we've got. Gunpowder wood. Yeah, we should be able. Oh, it's in here, look. So exploding crossbow bolts, 93. Let's do it, mate. Let's do this. I tell you what, we're doing all right on the old gunpowder, considering you know, the amount of ammo we've made. Look, it's not like we're exactly skint on it. But don't forget, we've got a gentleman coming around. He could be around any minute now. So you just have to bet. I'm just have to get AFK for 5-10 minutes. I'm really, really sorry. As the chippy thinks he balls up the measurements for my skirting board in the bedroom. So that's one job I cannot do on my own. I do not do chippy work. It would end horribly. Trust me. The most crooked skirting board you've ever seen. See you in a bit, Buckshot. I don't know, actually, chicks. I should imagine it would actually be easier the fewer people we have, to be fair. I think the more people we get, the more pressure's going to go on the spire, and the more likely we are to have a crash as well, I would have thought. Emily's having a little afternoon nap, is she? That sounds nice. James did well yesterday, Vicky, with his chicken dinners, mate. What happened to all the bacon? Oh, there it is. So I know we made some. It is horde day. That's why I'm trying to get everything all ready. What we'll do is we'll take some of that over and start making those. What are they called? Barbed wire frames now. It's 5 and there's 3. So I mean, if we were to say 20, I mean, if I make 100. See how we get on with it. Can always make some more. Let's just go and chop a little bit of wood down. Notice my wall's got battered again. Look. Yeah, nice one. Cheers, I reckon. Yeah. It is Spire Day, Mark. Yes, or at least I think it's going to be. I can't see any reason why not. We've got. I mean, we've not got a huge amount of fuel. But we've got enough for the horde. Or at least, I'm pretty sure we have, anyway. I can only imagine, Vicky, I swear to God, right? If I got a chicken dinner, and I woke up my girlfriend to tell her, I don't think we'd be speaking for at least a fortnight, mate. At least you know what a chicken dinner is, so at least James can sort of share the experience with you to some extent. Thank you very much for the bits, Big K. How you doing, fella? You got through the week with us all, mate. Thank you very much for the bits, bro. I do appreciate it. Thank you. I can just imagine jumping up and down at the bottom of the bed, shouting at home, so I got a chicken dinner. I got a chicken dinner. You're like, you'll get a fucking chicken dinner in a minute, mate. Oh, dear. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Shit. Shit, the Steam controller's freaking run out of battery. One sec. Come on, pick it up, mate. Come on, pick it up, bro. You got the batteries in? There we go. Ding, dang, do. It's like in a western, changing your bullets out. Take that, you knobber. Right, okay, so this doesn't look good, actually. What's going on there? Doesn't look right at all, does it? Right, nothing's actually turned on, is it? So if we... Oh, why did I only get 26? That's strange. Well, that is weird. How's that happened? Well, one of these has actually got a lot more in it than... Oh, what the hell, bro? Oh, dudes, that bug's hit, look. It's taken all my ammo. Oh, what the hell, dude? Or did we not actually fill them up? Oh, no, hang on. Maybe we didn't fill them up. Oh, hang on. No, I don't think we did we? Or did we? No, I don't think we did. But everything has changed here, look. Oh, I don't know, actually. I'm wondering now. Did we put any ammo in these yesterday? You know what? I'm starting to think we bloody well did, you know. In fact, I'm bloody convinced we put some ammo in all of these. Because look, this is reset. The actual the targeting stuff's all reset. Anybody remember from yesterday's stream? Oh, we never filled... Oh, thank God for that. All right, fair enough, guys. Shit. Oh, I was proper, like, gutted then. I was thinking, that's it. We're screwed. That's it. Abort. Yeah, because we've still got, like, the 50-60 and the 2 here, haven't we? Which is where we kind of started. So if I split that in half, we're about equal all the way around, aren't we? Give or take. Thanks for that, guys. All right. So you just saw me go through, nothing's targeting strangers. Now, just because we really want to gauge what's going to happen here, I think we will put some of these at the end. So we can have a bit of a pew start with the old 7.62 ammo. Because we need to do something there, because we've got it's all dead, isn't it? Whoa! Oh, so you think we did fill them, chicks? Right, well, it would be easy to check. I mean, if we have been diddled, I will bring some more in. But we've got a few. We've got 100 sort of like 10-ish rounds. Yeah, the dart traps should all be okay, shouldn't they? Yeah, I mean, let's just double check. These are targeting. Surely these shouldn't actually have targeting. Because they simply just fire, don't they? Doesn't really make sense. Because the trigger is the actual pressure plate. I kind of don't really get that. If anything, the pressure plate would be the thing that had that on it. So whether or not it's it detects the sprightly step of a human or a zombie, which wouldn't really make any sense, which is why it hasn't got it. So I'm not really sure about that. It's almost, I suppose what it's saying is that the dart traps have almost got their own motion sort of tracking system in there, but I'm still not convinced that isn't a bug. What are those wires? They're electrical fences, mate, which simply aren't powered at the minute, so... I suppose that would make for a nice deterrent during the day as well. Slow them down enough for you to pew them with a... Well, that's it then. I think we're about done. Should we just go and repair some of the concrete? That's taken a bit of a punch to the ghoulies, isn't it? No, we've got a way in and out now, Epical. We just need to start going in via the tunnel system, which is why we built it, really. I want it sort of like properly operational if we can. So I don't know whether to use the mining helmet just for this first horde. Because it's really a test of the spire, not a test of our skill as such, isn't it? It's really just, is We just don't even know if they're actually going to slow the damn fence. Sorry, if the fences will even slow them down. So if I take a little bit of concrete, that's all I need, isn't it? Just take a bit of concrete and smooth some of those walls off. It's so annoying. Epical Joe. We did put shotgun shells in them, guys. We did put shotgun shells in there, guys. Because we tested the north, the east, and the west corridors. No, the north, the south, and the west corridors, remember? We actually checked the shotguns, guys. We definitely put ammo in them. We definitely loaded. We've been cheating out of shotgun shells. Does anyone know how many? And we've definitely been cheated, guys, because I remember now that I think we had it was either 500 or 1,000 that I brought over. You're absolutely right, chicks. I remember specifically, literally saying out loud, that just leaves like one corridor to test. We definitely filled them. It was something like, I think it was something like 61 in each one, wasn't it? I don't know how it all split up. I'm sure it was like 61 in every single shotgun. So certainly in the 60s anyway. I totally remember thinking, yes, you know, everything's working really nicely here. Ah, balls. So we have been proper robbed. Proper robbed. You had 63 by 8, 504. We had 500. Yeah, it would make sense, chicks. Yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there, mate. Robbing little buggers. Oh, I suppose what we can do. Oh, I wonder why it's doing it. Do you think it's every time I leave the area, perhaps, or the fuck? What the fuck is going on? Dude, what the hell's going down here, bro? Right, recipes. We have actually forgotten to do those plates, haven't we? Is it 5 sets? We need 20 of those, don't we? Oh, mate. Didn't we just have like approximately 111 in everything, and that now I've suddenly got 26 in this one? I swear I checked this one, and I swear I checked this one. These were the two on the southern face, look. We've actually been legit robbed of quite a substantial amount of ammunition. Dodgy ass server. Not sure what to do about that. I don't think Stripe's on either, is he? Because I know Stripe had a metric poop ton of ammunition, didn't he? So I'm going to have exploding crossbow bolts. We're going to have... I've got the 5.62 ammo with the sniper rifle. I mean, if I was to... Still don't know. I mean, last resort. I mean, basically, if the peep hits the fan, we're just going to have to jump down here. We're just going to have to leg it down here. And just fight them in the corridor. That's all I can do. I mean, my box here should be relatively safe. I mean, even if I was to lose it, it's not a mega disaster. Bloody hell. I thought I split them, though, Kikistra. I'm sure I split them, but yeah, that's why I'm sort of hesitating. I'm not sure what I actually did there. Fuel. Have we got any more fuel kicking around in these? fuel. Nope. So we're completely out of fuel over here. Should we just nip back and go and get some more? Let's go see what's in that top generator. Yeah, well, to be honest, chicks, those plates are there just to try and stop the Skippy McSkippy jumping knobbers. If we need to nerd pole now, we'll just have to do it actually out in the corridor, mate. To be honest, doing it on this plate here was a pain in the butt anyway, so I tend to just use that one there. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else that we really need to do, to be honest. All the hatches are secured. Which gas we got? Ooh, dude. That was full. Alright, let's head home. So, south side for the bike. I do like the shotgun nipples. I mean, I like the base. I like the aesthetics of it. And I think once we turn it into the proper spire, it will look really nice. You reckon I can fall from the top onto the ground? You've got 5. Are you coming over for the horde, Mark? Let's see if we can actually come out via the tower. I'm still not convinced we ever actually finished it. The tower is actually to the west. Is that right? Hello. What we'll do is, eventually we'll bring a mini bike in here. Welcome back, Simpsy. Yeah, because I mean, hopefully, I mean, I really would like it to work. I mean, it's a bit of a wild test. It's something we've not tried before. I mean, if it's a complete failure like the last Spire, at least it was a lot of fun. But I really would like to have the mini bike parked done properly here with the drawbridge doors and everything. Then we can play about with that monster down there, can't we? Oh, you can't get on today, Stripe. Oh, that's a shame, mate. Yeah, you got 2,000 shotgun. Oh, nice one, dude. I have got a little reserve of gas barrels, so I'm going to go and get those now just to top up that that central. Central engine. You know, everything looks okay though, doesn't it? And there's a little bit of repair work to do around the edges. Trying to think of what we need for the different zombie types. I mean, obviously exploding crossbow bolts are great for the ends if we can slow down the zombie cops. I think the feral runners are going to be the problems. So the feral whites are going to literally just be on us before we know it. But I mean, if we've got, I mean, a chainsaw would be nice to take them bad boys out. But I'm hoping the shotguns will really put a dent in them. I mean, all this has been tested, right? I don't need to put bloody ramps in it. They're not going to start, like... It's starting to feel like we haven't done enough checking of the basic stuff. We've worked so hard on the complicated thing. Good. Good. I mean, if it does work, we can really play about with this, I tell you. There'll be some crazy things we can come up with. We just don't even know if the 20 block extension, we've come 4 blocks beyond the original sort of concept build, haven't we? Nice place for a light up here. I'm thinking like a downlight, just on that block there and there. One of the industrial ones just shining down would look really nice. Well, thank you very much for the bits, Paprika. How you doing, mate? Thank you very much, bro. Oh, dudes. You know the one thing we haven't done? Did we ever get rid of the rock? Oh, dudes, we've not got rid of the rocks. Thank you very much, Paprika. So many things we haven't done that we should have done. Might end up with zombies spawning behind these, slowing it down. To be honest, I'm not going to worry about it for the first one. If it happens, it just happens. Tough titty. Yeah, I'm on my way back now, Otter, to get the gas. I have a horrible feeling that the gentleman that's coming around to remeasure is going to come right on Horde night. It could be a disaster, mate. It could literally be like the worst possible outcome, couldn't it? Ah, rest well, Advina. Grab 40 winks, mate. Thank you very much for the bits, Paprika. Cheers, mate. How you doing? Friday, Paprika. We getting there, bro. It's sort of the weekend. Is there a sub house? Not that I know of, no. I mean, people tend to stop by here in their early hours, but to be honest, most people want to do their own thing. We've got very few, well, I don't think we've got any sort of leeches. Most people just want to find their own way on the server, so I think sometimes this game, as I've said on many occasions, the fun is about really getting yourself set up, so sort of learning the game and finding your own way and leveling up on your own, your own speed and all the rest of it. And I think sometimes, even though I've quite often offered people, I can make you some like high quality tools, people are like, nah, I don't really want to. I want to get there myself. It's the journey in this game, isn't it? It's very, very integral to the enjoyment of it. Taking 40 gas barrels, Mark. All right, mate. Ask the guys to come and watch the Horde. Yeah. Oh my god. That could be a bit weird, don't you think, Simpsy?
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Probably charge me. What? Just cock blocked yourself, Wrecker. Thank you for the resub, mate. Thank you so much. Oh no! Oh, Wrecker, look what I've done, bro. Oh, mate. I'm going to put a plaque on that. Wrecker's block. Thank you for the 4 months, bro. Thank you very, very much, dude. Oh my god, check that out. Thank you, dude. Very much appreciated, Wrecker. How you doing, fella? How's old Sasha holding up, eh? You out and about on her this weekend? Oh, I've not changed the volume, have I? How you doing, Asa Weldon? How's things, mate? I found this dude. I decided I wanted a little bit of music when I finished the stream. I've never done anything like that before, and I thought I fancied. I was playing about sort of like early hours this morning and sort of very late last night as well. And I found a dude called I think his name is Bryce Fox, who's done a couple of songs that are absolutely freaking amazing. Never heard of the dude. Don't even know who he is. Sad Eva, 8 months. Holy crumbs. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you, Wrecker, and thank you, Eva. Thank you both so very much. Seriously, guys. 4 months and 8 months. Thank you very, very much. I really mean that, guys. Honestly, thank you. It's a stupendous amount of support. It means a hell of a lot. Thank you. Let's get that sub-loving chat, folks. I smell lovely today, by the way. I keep catching a whiff of myself. I smell absolutely positively divine. I don't know whether it's the new shower gel or what, but I literally keep catching a whiff of the most sublimely gorgeous whiffy smell. I wish I could share my aroma or my odor with you. It's beautiful. Brute. No, it is, honestly. It's really weird. It's not often you sort of smell yourself, is it? You know what I mean? Normally you get, even if you're using like a really nice aftershave, you just get accustomed to it. I keep getting these lovely sort of, I don't know, almost citrusy aromas. I'm positively oozing high karate. I don't actually know what high karate is, mate, but I know it's a joke amongst the scent world, apparently. I don't actually know what it is, dude. I know like the Old Spice stuff and all the older things, because my dad always had this little white bottle of Old Spice on his like dresser thing for very special occasions. Normally when he wanted to upset someone, I think. My new perfume line. Oh, dude, I do. I proper smell really nice. I'm so happy. I smell lovely. The girlfriend's. The chippy's going to think I've been putting on perfume for him, I reckon. He's going to give me one of them funny looks. Like, yeah, you're all right, mate. Where are we going? The bedroom? I really don't think streamer smell is something that most people would want to experience, except for some rare days. Oh, I don't know, mate. I'm pretty good on that front, dude. Did you know, right? You know, guys, if you use deodorant, yeah? When do you put your deodorant on? Seriously. When do you actually put your antiperspirant on? Do you put it on in the mornings? After you've had a shower? When do you put it on? You tell me. No, this is a nice. No, this is like. I think we have got these new. They're basically all from the pound shop, but they're like Radox, Imperial Leather. I can't think of the other brand, but they're all basically shower gels. I've always used very similar shower gels, and I thought I'd try a range. And I can't remember which one this is. I'm sure it's one of the Radox ones, though. And it's lovely, mate. You put it on the morning after your shower. So that's the wrong time to put it on, you see, dude. That's exactly the wrong time to put it on. It doesn't work properly at that time, you see. It actually takes a long time for the... But essentially, the chemicals that make an antiperspirant work, they actually take a long time to actually stop if you like, the manufacture of the sweat in your sweat glands. The best time, right, to put on a deodorant or an antiperspirant, sorry, is actually last thing at night and then reapply in the morning. So you don't actually wash it off in the shower. Essentially, it's absorbed, and that's what stops you sweating. So if you actually want an antiperspirant to do its work, you should spray it on before you go to bed, and that then will obviously essentially become absorbed through the evening, so that by the time morning comes, you won't actually be sweating. And then you simply reapply in the morning after your shower. Yeah, that's true, mate. A lot of blokes don't know that. By putting it on in the morning, it takes quite a long time for it to actually get absorbed and to do what it needs to do. So if you put antiperspirant on and go for a run, or you know, everyone tends to be quite manic in the morning, don't you? Whether you're rushing off on a commute or all the rest of it, you already started sweating. It can't kick in that quick. Or just apply of an evening. Most of it's 24 hour. So if you don't want to reapply in the morning, I do that just because I like the smell of it. And so I tend to use an antiperspirant of an evening and a deodorant in the morning. You know, something like Lynx, which is a nice smelling thing. So, you know, essentially put it on of an evening. It absorbs all night. You don't sweat all through the following day. And just use, you know, like a nice spray just to freshen yourself up. Yeah, you see, you learned something today, didn't you? I know myself, yeah. There's quite a few of the streams I really don't want to smell, yeah. It always amazes me, right? I mean, you know, like people that stream, and a lot of people stream, like, say, from a bedroom or from a small area, you know, in the house, don't they? And you know what? If I did that, I'm a really neat person anyway. I couldn't stream and show you, like, an unmade bed or something, or... I don't know, like a dining room table that's still got plates and food on it in the background, or a pile of clothes thrown into the corner. You know what I mean? I couldn't do that. Not that I would anyway. My house would never get in that condition because I am obsessively clean and tidy. But aluminium oxide, is that the active ingredient? Yeah. Surely not sweating is bad for you. Well, sweating is simply a way for you to control your body temperature. It's as simple as that, mate. But you've got to think that the sweat originally, you know, we all wear so many clothes, and especially, you know, cotton-based clothes and things, James, that to be honest, mate, I mean, it depends on what you're doing, innit? I mean, if you're going for a big long run, it's important that no antiperspirant on this planet. Because we only really spray it underneath our armpits, don't we, James? You don't spray it from head to toe. So if I go for a run, I mean, obviously underarm sweat is quite profuse. And it's also unsightly. Whereas if I go for a run, I'm still generating sweat on, on my head, my forehead, along my forearms, along my legs and thighs. And that's what's helping me regulate my body temperature. The small area underneath my armpits is actually, almost a moot point in the bigger scheme of volume, surface area of skin, James. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, if you were to spray yourself from head to foot and then go out for a bloody run, 12 hours later, once it's all been absorbed, you might have a problem regulating your body temperature to some degree. There's James in the morning. He's got like a can of Sure or Right God in both hands. He's spraying it in his eyeballs, in his ears, up round the back of his crack. He walks out like a snowman. There's like white dust all over him. It does, Gardath. Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, sweat is incredibly important. Right. Did you have all the fuel? Sorry, what was that? Sorry, I'm missing stuff in chat. Where can I put the shotgun shells and the fuel? You could put them in my bike if you wanted to, Mark. Should we go over? Are you coming for the horde? What are you wearing, dude? I'm gonna check my armor actually. Oh shit! I've not got my 5.62 ammo. Where's my bike? It's just over there, dude. Just near the entrance, dude. You're right, wagon wheel. What was I coming to get, dudes? We'll keep that on us. We'll keep that on us. Let's go and get some 7.62 ammo. I mean, what shall I take? Shall I take... We don't want to be running out, do we? Halfway through the bloody horde. And then we'll get the sniper rifle. I mean, what's going to be our loadout? Spikes in case everything goes to shit. Did we ever get a chainsaw? We didn't, did we? We really need to worry about a sawn-off shotgun or not? God, this is going to be a freaking disaster, guys, I'm telling you. It's going to be an unmitigated disaster. We'll go like that, alright? That's my loadout. So I do need some shotgun shells, which I haven't got, but I know a man who has. So if I take that... I don't really need to repair that, do I? Do want to repair that, though. Throw that back in there. Actually, should we take, thinking about repair kits, should we just take, I don't know, like a couple of, let's just take like a little stack of them. I can repair on the fly, can't I? I think if we have to repair, we might have a problem. Jesus. Food, eat. Grum, is it safe, what, to come in here? It must be because Mark's inside, mate. Yeah, so I think you'll be alright, Divine. Yeah, I think everything's tickety-boo, mate. Anything else that you can think that we need, dudes? I think what I'll do is I'll leave the knife, the hammer. Let me go and put them upstairs because I'm going to get confused. You know what I haven't got? I haven't actually made the freaking what's it yet, have I? Let me just pop these in here because we don't really need any of this, do we? If I die, I'd rather not be able to make a whole new set of tools as well. Torch I'll keep. So I need to get some organics, which is downstairs. We need to take these with us. So I need to actually go and make a crossbow. I don't even know how you make a crossbow. I think it involves leather now, doesn't it? Crossbow. Some glue and duct tape. Holy shit, they're expensive. Glue. God damn it, dude. What time is it? We're still okay for time. Don't no one panic just yet. So if I make just a little bit of duct tape, let's make 10. You're right, Divine, how you doing, mate? So I need forged iron. We've got the leather, we've got the glue, we've got the duct tape, we've got the wood. What did I come back for? Forged iron. See if I make, I don't know, let's make 4 of those then, yeah? How long's that gonna take? 1 minute. You all set? Are you coming for the Horde, Divine, or are you? It's a shame we've not got. I'm thinking I'm going to die. Maybe put a sleeping bag here. No, not here, because then if you respawn, I'll get a Horde on the base. Put it on a little rock outside, mate. Yeah, well, in fact, I might actually move my bedroll back to the spire for this one Horde. Yeah, we don't want it in the base, Divine. Did I ever get my exploit? Yeah, I've got them. Sorry, Tomasis. Yeah, how you doing, mate? You're right. We've got some on the bike, I think, Otter. I think Mark's dropped it off. Thanks for that, Mark. Get repair kits too. Yeah, I've got those striped. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Epical. Yeah. I think we'll be all right. You're right, X-Gen. How you doing, mate? I don't know if this makes any difference when you're using exploding crossbow bolts, but I can't imagine it has a huge impact. Right, okay, I'm actually getting really worried about this dude coming around right in the middle of my horde. Oh, Cage, thank you so much, dude. Thank you very, very much, Cage. That is very generous, bro. How you doing, fella? Thanks very much, mate. Truly appreciate that. Thank you. It's very generous. So I kind of really want that down there as well. Shall I pop that there and just use those just in case it's a mega emergency then? What you got planned for the weekend, Cage? You all set or what? You out and about? Or a nice, relaxed, quiet one? I'm going to have a very quiet one this weekend, I think. Food I'm not too worried about. I mean, the Horde's going to hit in a few hours. We should be okay. Let me get the hell off that. I have been known to accidentally shoot things, so an exploding crossbow bolt at this point in the day would be extremely disastrous, wouldn't it? Right, here we go. This is it then. This is it. Let's just check everything is in this bike and not the other one. Oh, dude, you're an absolute freaking star. Thank you, Stripe. Thank you, Mark. That is going to really help, lads. Did you hear something then? Sounded like one of the Hawaiian dudes, you know, with his big tummy rumble going. Now, I think, where shall I put my mini bike? I mean, will it be safe here? Probably not, but let's leave it there. I need to get back inside, don't I? I mean, I could nerd pole up, but oh, a bit of a cheeky cigar cage. Oh, I tell you what, I'd love one, mate. There's no way I could have a cigar at the minute, though. But yeah, oh, that sounds really nice. Ice had got some of that. What was it called? Knob Creek bourbon, hadn't he? Looks like Mike's rather partial to a bit of Knob Creek. He looked like he'd got a fair few bottles in that picture on Discord. I've never tried it. I've never tried Knob Creek. It sounds like a fascinating drink, though. You're right, Frisian. No, Epical. It's one of those things that I've actually got quite a few skill points, and to be honest, mate, it gets so easy in later game. I just eat and drink, sort of like I would do. You know what I mean? I can eat like 1 meat stew a day, and that sort of suffices. You can make the games so you hardly ever have to do anything, Epical Joe. I mean, I've got I've got 189 skill points just sitting there doing nothing. I mean, the character's already, like, ridiculously overpowered anyway, you know what I mean? I might as well leave myself something to do. I think you're right, Stripe. I think I just made a complete boo-boo there, didn't I? Didn't actually bring any of the shotgun shells, did I? Would it be quicker to go out this way? Wouldn't it?
I say, pay attention.
Yeah, I'm on it. Back up. I don't know if this is going to break my leg. I think this would break my leg, wouldn't it? Should we be a bit crafty and try and like slither down the outside or something? Damn it. The adrenaline, mate. Okay. You know what? We need to get a fucking... Shit, I've not even turned anything on yet. We are... There's no way I'm fucking making it down there, is there? Not in a million freaking years, mate. I've still got to turn on like about 300 generators. We are nowhere near ready for this, mate. We are actually nowhere near ready for this. Seriously, guys, we are not even close to being ready. Is anybody else here? Shit it out. I need to get back in there a bit sharpish, mate. Christ on a stick, bro. Should we just go a bit cheaty McCheaty for a minute? Don't. Oh, you jammy sod. You jammy sod. I really thought I was going to break a leg then. Right, unlock ammo. Lock. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm in a blind. For you, if my doorbell goes now, we're screwed, mate. And I think we all know what's going to happen here, don't we? Wonder if I could... I suppose what I could do is I could quickly turn the server off, couldn't I? Shit, come on, dude. 6:30. I think we'll be alright. I think we'll be alright. Which way was I going? This way. The hell was that? What's that noise? You hear that noise? What's that all about? Or I'm going to leave some of those with me. Not got the hammer to do those. Is that everything done there then? It is, isn't it? So if I very quickly go to the northwest. Oh shit. Oh, dicks! God damn it, bro. Right, northwest, which is this one. So if I come down here. Okay. Right, if there's anybody outside, I strongly suggest you don't go down any of the tunnels from now on. I missed any. We'll do a double check on the old Pipey McPipey in a minute. Dementia's lost in the tunnels. You need to find your way to the middle, mate, otherwise we're going to end up with zombies spawning all over the place. I can see exhaust smoke from all of those. That one's a bit strange. Yep, exhaust smoke. Yep. And also need to turn that one on. That on. See the sparks. Okay, so that's the northwest tunnel done. What the hell got me? What? I must have been the one on the corner. God damn son of a bitch. And the other one is where? South one, isn't it? So let's just fill this one up. You're right over there, Divine. Sorry, mate. I'm in a bit of a panic at the minute, mate. I'm desperately trying to get everything all set up. You're right, cool, man. Right, don't forget, if we get overwhelmed, if the basic concept doesn't work, we're going to fight them in the tunnels, alright? Where can you put a sleeping bag? I'd put it in the bottom of the tunnel, Divine. In fact, do you want to make me one as well, Divine? Can you make another sleeping bag? Oh, Cage, thank you so much, bro. Thank you very, very much, dude. That's crazy generous, mate. Thank you very much, Cage. Thank you very, very much, dude. The mixture of bits and adrenaline, quite frankly, is somewhat overwhelming right now. Thank you very much, bro. Top banana, geezer. Top freaking banana, mate. Yeah, all done. And then we just want... What does this one even do? That's for the traps, right? The dart traps, yeah? Alright, I think that's it then, guys. I just need to be a bit more careful coming around this corner, don't I? Because you can actually get yourself electrocuted there, but... I think we're all a little bit worried. Did you get a sleeping bag, Divine, or not? It's a bit late now, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I need to just go and get a... I've got to go for a Jimmy Riddle. Oh, shit. I need to be careful here, don't I? God damn it. God damn it. Oh, it's okay. It didn't do anything. Right, guys, I'll be back in like 30 seconds. I'm going to go and have the fastest piss ever.
Future sailors. We're future sailors. Electronic castaway.
How you doing, Sean?
Digital stowaway. Cyborg sea dog, tell me what you dream of. Future sailors. Oh yeah. Future...
Right, hold the fort. I'll be back in 60 seconds. Remove the frame. Remove all the frames, Mark. I've got my wireless headset on. I was having a Jimmy Riddle and I heard someone hit a dart trap. Are you alright? What happened? What happened? I take it someone hit a dart trap, right? Oh my god, this is going to be such a disaster. Let's put this down here. I really need to go and put this away, actually. I can't afford to lose this. What the hell was that? Oh, nice shot, bro. The bloody thing. I haven't got a sleeping bag, guys. But I'm not that far from here, and there's another mini bike, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to put that's half of those. That. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, okay, that'll do us, won't it? Let's get everything locked and loaded. Got one, have you? Yeah, I'm not sure whether I need one. I suppose I'm planning on not dying if I can help it. If I have to come dashing down into one of these hits, so be it. Oh, dudes. I'm gonna have to use the mining helmet, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna have to because I forgot to put torches on my other guns, dudes. And I'm not gonna let the spire die just because we've got a rule about no bloody miner's helmets. So I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to go for it this time. I promise next time we'll have torches on the weapons, but To be honest, I don't really want to mow Croy. I kind of have a rule that I don't have a sleeping bag down at the Horde base. It's just another element of if you fucked it, you fucked it, and now you got to pay the price. Because potentially that could wreck my my base, you see. We're both going to keep clicking it, aren't we? I'll leave it to you, mate. Right, let's get ready then. Let's just be really careful with exploding crossbow bolts, folks. Whichever direction they're coming from. Oh my god. Yeah, I think it's the biggest danger is that we hit ourselves, to be honest. I'm just going to take a quick painkiller, get my health top back up. Oh, sorry, Ches Moses, thank you for the bits. Did I miss some other bits as well? The key, sorry, mate. I definitely heard bits when I was on the toilet, mate. Thank you very much, dude. How's things with you, Sean? You alright, fella? Thank you very much, the Keith. Sorry, mate. Yeah, we're here, James. We're here. It all just depends on whether or not these electric fences actually slow them down. We definitely... I did turn them all on, right? Too late to test now. So, assuming they breach, right? If they breach, if it gets to the point where I mean, we can't run down here. The second you step foot down there, you're dead. There is no player in the history of this game would survive the walk of death through a Grumbolian death tunnel. So the only way out is down these shafts, which have been purpose-built for us to land very quickly on the bottom and defend the shaft. God damn, that is a buzzing song. Here we go then, boys and girls. Where are they? Where are they? Why is it so quiet? Have we got them? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Line them up, fellas. Line them up. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Oh, we got a copper already. Not the best of starts, but nice work. That's it. They've not even breached the first perimeter yet. Good luck, everyone. Seriously, good luck. They breaching on all other sides. We've oh shit! Sorry, Matt. I just walked in front of you. Okay, looking good. Looking good. Try and keep on your normal size. I'll stick on the left if I can. I think they're actually dead, aren't they? We've got spiders incoming from somewhere. Who's getting fried? Which one's getting fried? Oh, here they go. Here they go. We've got crawlers coming through. Look. Come on, guys. We're going to use a lot of ammo here, aren't we? Get out of here, dodgy copper. The Babylon, mate. Oh, shit. That's not good. That's not good. You alright, Bram? How you doing, fella? Shit. We got a runner coming. We got a feral coming a bit close for comfort. It's alright, we still... Oh, hey up, hey up, hey up. It's alright, shotguns will defend, shotguns will defend. All other sections are good. Good work. Keep it tight and clean, crew. Tight and clean. Focus, breathe, DKP, DKP. Tank to the front, tank to the front! Nice work, team. Keep it together, Keep your knickers on. They get a bit close to these bloody white. Oh my god, what happened then, bro? Holy shit balls. Good work, guys. Good work so far. It's working, James. It's working, fella. It's working, mate. Those shotgun nipples are worth their weight in freaking gold. Is he still alive down there or what? No, he's definitely not. He's not got a head, apparently. Shotguns. That's what we like. Oh, hang on. What's going on? Why are they breaching? Why are they walking through? It's alright, don't stay in your seats. work, guys. Good work. Good work. Looking good. Look, let's just clean them out. Clean the bodies out, guys. Clean the bodies out. Yeah, looking good. Next wave. Next wave. Why they all suddenly breached in a hurry then? That was a bit strange, wasn't it? I can hear... Where are they? Have we got a problem? Are they about to breach? Are they coming through the walls, guys? I'm starting to worry. Oh my god, these whites just walked through, dude. And then the shotguns take them out. Awesome, mate. I knew those nipples were going to be our saviour. And of course the traps as well. I'm forgetting about the traps, the dart traps. So they've breached all our wire there, and we've got zombies hitting something some way, guys, which means I don't think it's worked, James. Or they're stuck on a rock somewhere. Shall I nerd pole up? They are inside, northeast, just shitting me. Oh no! Oh no! How has this happened, dudes? Oh, shitting dicks, mate. Oh no, they have actually got inside, guys. They're smashing everything. So I was right, James. 16. It has to be 16, dude. Oh my god, man. Oh, dude, get back out, guys! Okay. We're gonna have to rethink that perimeter, boys. That perimeter's not gone well at all. Freaking Christ, I'm gonna have some leveling up on the old shotgun, ain't I? They just constantly come through this one area. Then if I can keep up, we almost want to get that pop to pop, don't we? Christ, oh shit! They're actually through! Let the dart traps do the work, guys. Let dart traps do the work. Oh, bloody wrecked, mate! Bloody wrecked, bish bash bosh and a ding. Oh no, the darts are gone. The darts are gone. Think about it. Oh my god! The shotguns are getting them. Oh, we've got a breach! We've got a double breach! Careful with your aim, guys. Careful with your aim. Careful with your aim. Oh, that was a bit close there, right? Okay, I'm gonna go back to the wall, dudes. Watch my back. Watch my dick. Oh, that's not good. I'm stunned! And we might have to retreat! We might have to retreat! Oh shit, I missed. Fuck, this dude is wrecking me, bro. Oh my freaking Ada, mate. Oh my freaking Ada. Come on, die. Reload, bro! Oh, I'm gonna have to heal up, dudes. I've got to heal up. Gotta heal it like you mean it. Come on, that's it. Good work, lads. Good work. We're getting there. Come on, bro. Stand your ground, lads. Stand your ground. Tight and clean. God damn it, what you doing up there, you knobber? Get off me. Jesus Christ on a stick, mate. I'm bleeding out, mate. I'm bleeding out, son. It's alright. It's all under control, mate. It's all under control. Don't panic. Everybody keep their knickers clean. Whoa, dude. What the fucking dicks, mate? Shit, who's got me now? Is this thing still not dangerous? Holy shitting dicks, bro! This is mad, mate! I'm gonna have to close this door. We don't pussy out, mate. Last man standing. This place is getting wrecked, dude. It's getting wrecked, mate. Oh shit! My leg is bouncing up and down very strangely. Oh god, Tyler, coming after you, mate. I'm bleeding out, Toad. Why did he die, Toad? Oh my god, I'm on fire, Toad. I'm on fire, bro. Fuck, get him, dude. I've got exploding crossbow bolts out to try and stop the coppers, fella.
Always that, bro. Dude, there's something really fast, though. Oh my God,
Shit, now, don't let. I'm trying to kill me, mate. Is he still going? Kill that bloody spider, mate! Kill the bloody spider, mate!
The bike is down. Oh my God, Tone. Oh God, he's getting close, Tone.
Is he down yet? Is that bloody spider down, mate? Nice one, Mark. Well done, mate. Well done, fella. That's it. We got him on the run now, mate. You got no idea how much pain I'm in right now. Keep it up, mate. Keep it up, fella. Keep it up. Where's Divine? Is she done a runner? I'm gonna crossbow bowl him, mate. Stand back, Mark. Stand back, bro. Divine, what you doing over there, mate? What the fuck is going on? Oh my giddy bollocks. It's all gone to shit, mate. A fucking spire. Whose stupid ass idea was this? Oh my God, look at him just... Jesus fucking Christ, mate. It's only 20 past 1 in the morning as well. I've got to heal up, guys. I've got to heal up, man. It looks we've got a mega breach on northwest, which is our primary freaking. That's our primary quadrant, isn't it? Oh shit! Shit! Got him, guys. I got him.
You've been the most magnanimous host.
Thanks for the host, Halo.
And you've waited too long for this moment.
Oh, dude, how's he getting that close, bro? Oh, he's dead. It's alright. He's actually down, mate. We've got coppers for days inside northwest. Northeast quadrant's got him in now as well. Oh, shit, I was a bit close to the concrete. Oh, we've lost the electric traps. We've lost everything down there, bro. I've got 22 of these left, lads. Alright, I'm going to switch back out. Alright, we're going to have to try and take these boys out properly now, fellas. Jesus, there's some lag now. That's it. Keep nailing them. We got this, boys. Jesus crap, look at the state of it in there. Oh, we have lost so much stuff. Well, although, having said that, we haven't lost the engines, I don't think. The engines should still be intact, right? What was that noise? Doing all right here, Mark. Stay calm. It looks like we've beat the... Really? We've beat the bulk of them, mate. We've beat the bulk of them. It looks like the coppers have slowed down a little bit. It just depends on what comes through those other quadrants. Keep it tight, keep it clean. Good work, mate. Good work. I can see the crossfire there, fella. Working in unison. Anybody out? Oh, we got multiple. We've got breaches, dude. We've got breaches potential north side. Keeping it tight, mate. Keeping it tight for you. Yeah. Well, oh, that's not looking good down there either. Stop it. Really? God, that's looking shit. What happened there? I think he's dead. That's why. Oh shit. Oh, dude. I could hear the darts going. Oh, what the hell? It's going all right, mate. It's going all right, fella. I tell you. We just got to make sure. The only thing that's gone wrong is they've breached the quadrants because we've come out too far, I think. Shit, we got potential breach north side, mate. Potential breach north side. It's all right. Shotguns are taking them. Shotguns got them, fella. How we doing? I'm going to stick with the north, mate. Nice. All things spicy. got more coming? No, okay. See, they're popping, but they're not causing any damage. Nice work, mate. Nice work. 239, mate. We're getting there. We're getting. I don't think the spire's going down, mate. I think we might have done it this time, fella. Yes. You have no idea how much that hurt. Keep it tight, man. Let's not make a fuck up now, dude. Watch your crossfire. Keep it tight. Don't cross the beams, bro. I'm not seeing any. I think they must have breached it. Yeah, we got a breach in the east quadrant. Everything else is looking spunky dory, mate. I think they're inside this one as well. Look, because we're starting to see a lot of damage in the northwest. Oh shit! Look at them all spawning in there. Look. You know, do you reckon I could do a cheeky breaky biscuit for a biscuit in there? Look. Oh, look at that, mate. Look at that. Yeah, that worked nicely, mate. That worked very nicely. Yeah, they are. They're breaching inside here as well, look. Christ, they're freaking mighty, mate. I'm going to conserve that, I think. Come on, give me it back, give me back, give me back. Nice one, nice one. I think the shotgun's got action. Oh shit, now that's not good. That's not good at all, mate. Stand back, fella. Shit, shit, shit. How the hell is he taking them shots to the head, bro? What the hell, dude? How is he taking that, mate? There we go. Ding, dang, do, bro. 330, dude. 330. Doing all right here, Mark. Let's not have any freaking last-minute disasters, bro. I think the gens might be all right. I don't think the splash damage will affect them. At least I'm hoping not, shit. God damn, that's some bad shooting there, mate. I think the adrenaline's got the better of me. What's that copper on? Copper's all over the place in here, look. Come on, reload. He's going to pop. No, he's not. He's spitting. Christ almighty. They're right behind me, aren't they, on the other quadrant. Alright, here we go. I'm going to give him a tickle with this, mate. There we go. There we go. Come on, matey. Come on, matey. These things are invincible, bro. Oh, shit. How many have I got? I've got 3 left. I better not risk it for a biscuit, haven't I? Come on, shotguns. Oh, lovely jubbly. Shit, is it out of ammo? This one's getting a bit close, Mark. It's alright, we're going, fella. Nice shooting, mate. Tight and clean, tight and clean. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, dude, we got a copper right in the middle of the kill zone, dude. 4 o'clock, mate. We bloody did it, mate. We bloody did it. We bloody defended the spire, dude. We actually freaking did it, mate. Oh god, I just. Oh no! Oh, I thought I just got killed. I actually thought I'd fall into the bloody dart trap there. We bloody did it, mate. That was freaking epic, dude. That was freaking epic. Come on, come on, come on. Where are they, dude? What's going down, broski? And so we still got coppers coming in, dude. Jesus, how many shots these bastards take? I really need to repair, don't I? Oh crap, that's gonna work. God damn, dude! Shit. There he goes, he's gone, it's alright, he's gone. So we need a bit of a clean-up, don't we? And I'm not entirely sure where, fella. The trouble is we can't really do anything until we get back out and nerd pole up and turn the gens off. You're right, Divine. Well fought, Divine. Well fought, Mark. Oh, damn, that's some shit shooting there, bro. What the frick, mate? Really? There we go. I don't even know what to say, so I don't even know how we turn it off, mate. Just be really careful you don't fall in there, guys. I'm gonna go round, nerd pole in and turn off all the generators, alright. Oh, Jesus Christ, I can't even get inside. There's so much bloody viscera outside. That was crazy. I have to say that was quite possibly the best horde yet. Holy shit. I can't believe we stopped getting in there, Mark. And not considering we actually had a double quadrant breach as well. And I think they breached both primary quadrants, both of the generator housings. Jesus Christ. I wonder if it was southwest was hit or not. I'm sure I saw something in southwest right near the end of it. Now, the question is, how are we going to get around that? I mean, oh, Jesus Christ, we might have to completely rebuild it and shrink it in. There's nothing that was just one hole, chicks. And to be honest, mate, I don't want to get stuck in one of those quadrants. I want to go and have a look from the outside. I want to see where they breached and everything, mate. That was insane. Thank you very much, Mark. And a big thank you to Stripe as well, because I know you're not here, mate, but without you, those shotgun nipples would not have saved our bacon. Now, the only option we've got is to steal the crap out of this, or just try and figure out why. I mean, look, you've got your answer. They breached in the exact centre. So it literally is just a case of we built too far out. Now, look, we hardly lost a single thing, mate. All the generators are intact. I've lost about 10, not even that, probably 6 electrical fences. It's not that bad at all, guys. Honestly, it's really not that bad. It's minor repair work. And look, the same here. I knew we shouldn't have pushed it, guys. I said to you back at the start, didn't I, James? Going anything above 16, I've had some really weird testing with that. What we could do... Oh, shit. You cheeky knob. What we could do is... What about if we build a nipple? Sort of like a little triangular thing. Almost like... They clearly only hit the centre, so if we were to build like a little mini pyramid, so when they hit the centre, they walk up it and kind of jiggle around. Or we could put a freaking fidget spinner on here. Murder them. Same with this side. Look, we've not actually lost that much. Although we have lost the generator down there, and we have lost the cabling, so this side's a bit worse. 17's the magic number, yeah. You're right, Scarlet Ivy, how you doing? Yeah, I mean, we lost generators for the dart traps. We've lost a couple. I mean, we've lost the dart traps, and unfortunately, we've lost the darts that were in the dart traps as well. I mean, everything went perfectly, though, apart from the double breach, which was just something we knew could happen. Yeah, you know, they'd hit bang on the middle block, bang on the middle look, and just waded in. Their path into the shortest path to us is through there. As soon as they're here, the shortest path is actually around here. Look, or the path of least resistance, should we say? We do really need to go and turn everything off, don't we? Or someone's going to die a horrible death. Oh shit! Oh no, there wouldn't have been a generator in here actually. So sorry, there is no generator in here. This is the northeast side. There is no power in there. So maybe the southwest corner was actually okay then. That's this one, right? Oh, the southwest corner is completely intact. Holy shit, that's fantastic then. That's really good. I don't know, if we use polished steel doth, we're still going to have the same problem, mate. They're just going to sit there wailing on us. So what's going to happen? One of two things will happen. They'll still either breach in the end, or we won't have such an exciting horde because they'll all be sitting here pounding on a wall. No, I'm not. I'm the south side, look. South side, this way. This is the southwest corner. So we've got southeast corner. The northwest quadrant houses generators along those two levels. And this side where I am is along here, look. Which is through there, look. So it's this side. And that's not been breached, unless it's been breached on that side, which I don't think it has. Yeah, it's completely intact, mate. That whole quadrant there and there is completely intact. Polished steel on the inside so they wail away and you can have a window into the internals to shotgun them to death. I mean, shit, it would be a shame to have to rebuild it. Because that was freaking amazing. Until they breached, I think we had a real fight on our hands. Because, I mean, you think how many were actually kind of stuck in here? They were actually a lot easier to kill because we were just shooting through these holes, weren't we? It was such a good idea putting these generators up here. That could have been disastrous. Imagine all the engines we could have lost. I mean, what we could do, all I'm thinking of doing, guys, surely, right, if we do that, yeah, why don't I just, the simplest solution would be, I think, and I'd love to try it, is just to make, on each side, like a little extra nipple. So all we'd do is from here, what do you think about this, James? We're going to have to put a bit of thought into it and how we kind of wedge them in. Because the problem... In fact, actually, you know what? We actually want square blocks, don't we? Because these are on 45-degree corners. Isn't that weird? All we actually need to do, I think, is this, look. Yeah? Don't you think that will work? So if something's coming dead at us, they'll do this. And won't they end up just, like, shunting around? Because that's now extended the gap from that wall 1 to sort of 3, 4 blocks. Do you see what I'm saying? If I was to bring out another block, then this definitely brings them out even further. And just make this solid concrete as well. So even if they did start hitting this one, which I still don't think they would, they'd actually have to get through like another 4 or 5 rows of concrete, yeah? What do you think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's weird. Hang on, have I got that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's only 9 that side and 10 that side, which is kind of weird. You're right, Kylo Rome. How you doing, mate? I'm not sure if that would work. We could do it and try it, couldn't we? There's no reason not to. Sort of like an additional buttress there. What's that? So remember that if they would not have breached into the triangle, they would be coming through the corridors. You might have got an overrun that way. That's what I mean. That's why I'm not willing to change anything. Yeah, I want to see a full horde coming at us. I'm reasonably inclined to believe that with the right amount of ammunition, we could probably stand our ground. It was kind of strange though, wasn't it? Do you notice at one point that they seemed to be like really struggling to get through the electric wires, and then all of a sudden we had like about 3 or 4 whites just like bum rush us. Rather than facing out, invert the angle and funnel them into more shotties. I don't want any more shotties, mate. That's the only reason. I don't want to have stuff happening outside of the kill zone that I've got no control over. That's the only reason I don't want to do that, Mike. There's plenty of ways to do this. We could have fidget spinners. We could have 3 shotguns mounted up here. It just feels like we're not really engaging them. I want to force them to come to us, mate. Do you see what I'm saying? The corridors... Oh, shit. I can't remember now, mate. To the butt if you like. It's one, including the trapdoor, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, mate. So if you actually, so in other words, 20 if you actually include the buttress and the ramp, which is where we got the original 20 from. But 18 blocks that we've got to play with, 2 blocks that count as our, if you like, shield barrier. I think this will work. However, it will actually be slightly different to this because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then the block. So this one will be knocked out and become a square one. So let me just have a think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would actually... We got a wandering horde coming in, guys. Would actually be like that, look. Then just take that out. I think the additional 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks will push them around the edges. Oh, hang on, I need to turn this off. I don't like the miner's helmet. I really hate it. Oh, what the hell, bro? I can hear something getting electrocuted. What's getting electrocuted? Something inside there. Oh my god. That is so cool watching that, mate. It is so badass. You be careful with your shots down there, boys and girls. Gorgeous, mate. I'm pretty chuffed with that. It was sort of expected in a way that something would go horribly wrong. I'm going to be honest, I was secretly hoping they wouldn't breach the wall, but now we've got evidence that they will. So this could actually make it look really cool as well. You know the spire concept we've got, James? Imagine that there. These extra sort of triangular butts. Probably divine. I must admit, since I was expecting to walk around there and see someone getting sort of slowly deaded. Right, I think the plan will be skip the next horde. All right, let's give ourselves 2 hordes to rework this. Let's not rush it because we need to get, we've got to get all the ammo back. So we've got 2 full in-game weeks to get this rebuilt. And I don't think it will take as long as we think. I really don't. I really want to get inside when we come back over with some concrete and try and figure out exactly what's happened with the shotguns. I want to see how much ammo we used because they were amazing. Those shotguns were so good. We can't really have another corridor, Mike, because if we have another corridor, I'm going to lose out on gens. It would start getting horrendously complicated, mate. So if I have another corridor running, say, from there through to the middle, I'm going to lose my dart traps. I'm going to lose, even more sections of electric fencing. It's just not viable, mate, unless we built it on an even bigger scale. And the bigger we make it, the bigger the issues we're going to have with them not being able to track around the edges as such. So I just don't think that's an option, mate. Let's go and turn all the jennies off before we do anything. We've had our little cheeky wandering horde, haven't we? I just want to go and check the southeast section. Southeast quadrant. Which is that one then, isn't it? I don't think this got touched. I really don't. Yeah, completely intact, look. Superficial damage from outside where the zombie cops were popping. Ah, oh, dudes, it's... Oh. And hardly any fuel used as well. I mean, look at that. I mean, if we, if we can get back down and turn them all off quickly. Thank you very much for the resub for 4 months. Thank you very much. How you doing? Have you moved house yet? It's got to be getting close, right? Thank you very much. Let's get some sub love in chat for the one and only 4. We just had the first Horde Night Fortune in the Spire, mate. It was amazing. How many rounds did I use? I had 5. Let's see, we only used about 300 sniper rounds. And to be honest, if we hadn't had the breach, I probably would have used a lot less of my exploding crossbow bolts as well. You know, if I'd got a half-decent sniper rifle, like a 600 quality, it would have been less headshots. With, you know, with the 6 times multiplier and everything else. I mean, I don't know how the battle report is going to be from Mark and Divine. I mean, you know, I don't know how they felt they performed, how quick they may or may not have died, etc. But I reckon I could have done a lot better myself, to be fair. So they're all turned off. So let's go and check out the northwest then. Which is directly opposite this one, isn't it? So that'll be over there. So this is the one that got basically mullered. Muller fruit cornered like you wouldn't believe. You had to fall on the pressure plates to end the horde. Is that what happened? I tell you what, it is a dangerous base, mate. It is a very dangerous base. I was getting lag spikes, which meant occasionally I was very close to falling onto the dart trap. Oh. Is that one of us, or is that... I am turning off all the power to the electric fences, guys, so... I mean, I've actually got 40 electric fences downstairs, so I mean, to be fair, we hardly need to replace anything. It's the dart traps and the connections for the dart traps and the actual ammo for them as well, which is probably going to be the biggest punch in the knackers. In order to repair, I'm going to get everything back to exactly how it was, and then we're going to start working on that triangular buttress. There we go. There should be nothing running now, guys. We should be completely powered down. Starship Spire. It was freaking awesome. Even the breach, when I saw them in the corner of the sheer panic that occurred, then it was good. we need a full write-up, Simpsy. We need all participants in the great virgin pop of the Spire. We need to know exactly how you all fared, how much ammo you used, what difficulties you faced. Well, hang on, I'll tell you what, let's go, if I go back downstairs, and we didn't have to retreat into the corridors either, Mark. Whew, Jesus, mate, that was phenomenal. That was absolutely phenomenal. A really fun design, guys, no doubt about it. Okay, so, let me stash all my gear I don't need outside of the horde in here. I'm gonna recess myself. I'm gonna do like a concrete wall here and put like a wall safe in there. Recessed wall safe. So I've actually got something over here specifically for this. Right, we can put the iron helmet back on. This is like all my hoardy McHoardy stuff. Go back home now and go and get all the other bits and bobs as well. We'll leave some of those over here. That can go, that can go. Yeah, alright. Let's get home. Let's get the antibiotics we need. Let's take a pink. Let's go. Lots of buttresses, that's what we need. In fairness, it was disastrous. I mean, we were expecting something to go wrong. You know, if I was to be absolutely honest, I wasn't expecting... Or I was very much hoping that what happened wasn't going to happen. I thought a lot of other things would happen. I thought we would get bum rushed horribly. And we did on several occasions. It's just those shotgun nipples are so important. I mean, they are just amazing. They buy you just enough time to sort of, you know, either move back, pop an exploding crossbow bolt, or just try and refocus on another side while you let them take them out. Now, how much ammo we used, I just have no idea. But as long as everyone, you know, donates, I don't know, 500, 600 shotgun rounds each week, I think we'll be fine. The plan now, of course, is to get it to a point where we have minimal repairs. And if you actually look at what's happened, the bulk of the damage is going to be here. We're going to have to replace these each week, but these are so easy. So easy to replace. Let's just check everything's turned on. Checked all the segments, Divine. We've lost our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we've lost about 10 bloody sections there. Yeah, it's all superficial, really, isn't it? Is there any way to fix these? Shall we try recessing the dart traps back one? I actually don't have any idea how we do that, though. That's the problem. Although, having said that, hand on heart, right? How many of you think the dart traps went down because of external damage as opposed to internal damage? I'm inclined to believe we got breached here and we got breached there, didn't we? And that they are the only sides where the dart traps went down. So if you look over here, these two sides, admittedly there was nothing really coming down these sections. I know there was stuff coming down these sections because all that stuff's gone. The dart trap survived. So I think even with an exploding copper here, and I don't think we had many exploding coppers because I think the shotguns were just nuking them from orbit, basically. I'd like to add a third shotgun. I'd love to have a third shotgun up there. Sort of ceiling mounted, but I don't think you can you? Or an SMG, perhaps. A rat-a-tat-tat. Right, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go and get repairs done. Oh, sorry. Was that... Oh, sorry. Were you clicking for me, Mark? What was that, dude? Oh, is that the loot? Oh, nice one, fella. Nice one, mate. Nice one. All right, yeah, cool. Leave that box where it is, then, mate. Try and get more nitrate. Yeah, will do. I mean, I've got a nice stash of charcoal or coal. God, it's mad, isn't it? It's crazy. Oh, you go for that? Quite close. Ooh, do you reckon we can make that if we're really quick? Oh, thank you, Simpsy. Honestly, Mark, Divine, thank you so much for joining me for that. It just wouldn't have been the same on my own, guys. I do really appreciate it. And like I said, a really big shout out to Stripe. I know he couldn't make it. I bet he's gutted. So I know how much you have not only put into the build, mate, but also into getting everything powered up. So thanks for that. Awesome work. Good team effort. Just a little... my head is whirring. Because this now changes what we can do with the spire as well. If those buttresses... So when I say buttress, we're talking about those additional triangular sections actually work. I mean, we could even put spikes on them, guys. You know, some like really nice... not because we want them to actually do any damage, just to actually make it look, you know, a little bit something-y extra. Or we could even put fidget spinners on there. So anything that does go near that just gets wrecked. I mean, to be fair, I think we've been sort of almost unlucky that we got a double breach, because that means they must have come quite centrally to us. Which, let's be honest, is quite unlikely to happen in the future. Let's go and get... oh, who's that? Go and get all my gear back. Absolutely freaking outstanding, guys. I will leave that. Have you cleared out that cave from beside... Oh, do you have some problems, did you, for? No, thank you very much for the resub, mate. You cleared out the cave from beside your fortress of the nitrate. No, I haven't actually. No, I haven't. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, we might as well get it. It's free, isn't it? The reason not to grab it. Is that an actual... No, the probably won't, Elagon. I start struggling sort of early evening a little bit, mate, to be honest, at the minute. And I really... to be honest, mate, if I did... I'm sure I could struggle through, dude. But I really want to get some rest if I can, so I can stream normal times over the weekend. I know it sucks ass, mate. I really wish it wasn't the case, but I think if I just keep streaming for any extended periods, I might end up, you know, not getting any better, mate. And that's not good for me, and it's not good for the stream. So, and I know I was on a bit late today. I had to go to the GP this morning. Got freaking stuck there for ages, mate, and then got stuck in traffic on the way back out as well. Where did I put all the bits? Is that going to be in there? Where did I put them? Is it this one? Shit. Where did I put all my tools, guys? Oh, there they are. Okay, right, okay, sorry. So hammer, ding, ding, ding. Rinky dinky doo. So I'm actually missing my knife for some reason. Did I leave that somewhere? How weird is that? In fact, should we... I'll tell you what we'll do, actually. Because someone was saying you get more from the machete, don't you? Can I make machetes now? I think I can, right? Oh, you have to make the machete blade. So hang on. That should have unlocked now. We've got 10 in weaponsmithing, shouldn't it? It unlocks a new skill. Machete crafting. Let's buy that. Do I need to make a machete blade, do I? So that's iron and clay, presumably, over at the smithy then. And then I need some leather. Let's go and do that then. Nice little upgrade, isn't it? Yeah, no, that's cool, Mark. Yeah, that's cool, mate. Jesus, for you had all sorts happening, mate. I'll tell you what, I've had issues with Game Wisp earlier in the stream as well. I don't know whether Twitch are changing things and Game Wisp are changing things, and everything's just all getting horribly out of sync. We've had a couple of issues with them over the last 2 days. Well, thanks for persevering. How's things, Grummy Grim? Steel Madonna boobies on the buttress nipples. Yes. It would look aesthetically quite pleasing, I was thinking, Stripe. In fact, I've got plans for that. I reckon we can make it look really nice by also having, like, the spider trap actually, like, a little bit lower, Stripe. So rather than having the buttress, like, follow the main wall, actually have the buttress just a little bit lower. And I might even mount something like a shotgun up there, even if it, you know, very rarely has any ammo in it. Just a little something, you know? So what did I want? I wanted a machete blade. 30 seconds. Twitch just launched fully their own version of Discord. What, is that outside of the remit of, what's it called? Curse Gaming, as they called it. They bought Curse Gaming, didn't they? God damn, that horde was freaking insane, mate. Absolutely insane. I had a lot of fun with the blender, but I felt like you were sort of safe with the blender until, of course, we knew that they'd breached the primary tower and it all started collapsing. There's just nowhere to run at the spire, is there? There is just nowhere to leg it to. Right, so we want to take that back over. Oh, shite, hang on a second. Let me turn that off. You've been playing Evolve. Oh, is that that's the one with the big sort of prehistoric dino monster thing and the 4 players trying to murder it? It kind of fell on its arse a little bit, didn't it, Grummy Grim? Didn't end up sort of like crashing and burning after all the hype. Yeah, not many play it now. Yeah, to be honest, mate, I got sort of quite high hopes for it and very quickly decided that it wasn't quite the game that I thought it was. Yeah, it's hard to put my finger on what I didn't like about it, because I never actually properly played it, dude. It was more one of those brief occurrences sort of over Christmas, a couple of, like, sitting down in someone's house and watching it rather than actually sitting there and properly playing it. It just felt a little bit, I don't know, it felt like they had a fantastic idea, and there's a lot of these sorts of games that I suppose piggybacked on the concept. It's all gone down the sort of horror route, hasn't it? So rather than a big dinosaur, you have some sort of psychopath trying to murder all the kids and everything. I do like the idea of 4 versus 1. To be honest, I'm not sure what actually went wrong with Evolve. I stopped paying any interest in it, though. I didn't find it interesting to watch. I need some leather, don't I? Normally keep a little bit in there. Let's take all of these as well. If I make... Oh, you know... I should have made 2, guys. Why did I only make 1, you knob? That's not going to give me a 600 quality one, is it? Oh, there goes the alarm. It did say it's not a bad game, much room for improvement. It's fun with mates. But that's sort of the problem, isn't it? That they're right in the nutshell is possibly part of the issue, is that you sort of need sort of 4 or 5 of you all playing exactly the same time, don't you? Which I think some people probably struggle with, to be honest, mate. I mean, my bros in particular, they tend to have like 2 to 3 folks, you know, guaranteed. Sometimes they'll struggle to find a 4th or 5th player consistently, you know what I mean, at exactly the same time as they're on. Jesus, we've actually got quite a lot of gear here, haven't we? So armor's not an issue. We'll pop that back in the workbench. Okay, I'll go make another machete blade. Now, is there anything we needed to take over? I mean, I'll take a little bit of spare concrete, although I really don't think we need it. But to be honest, my boxes are bursting, aren't they? Let's take that and that. Who's up there? I'll go and throw that clay in the forge. I'll probably have a clear out in here, because this is just getting crazy. I mean, all that is there to manufacture concrete. That is all the concrete. And then that box is overflow of stone. I mean, I could probably get rid of all of this. I'll have a play about with that over the weekend. So we'll do like a build Sunday where we do some more work on this build here, because we want to paint all this up, don't we? So tomorrow I really need to keep the crop rotations going. Definitely going to leave the spire for the next horde, though. We're going to take 1 week off. So we'll hit that next time. And quickly pop all this back over there. I'm going to get the forge making, say, 4 machete blades. It's a shame. What we'll do is we'll actually pick up the knife. I think we've still got the 600 knife. I've probably left it in the box at the spire. And when we go out hunting next time, we'll take the machete and we'll take the knife, and we'll just see how much difference there is. I'll see if I can max out the blade skill a little bit. We might have to do a melee build at some point, guys. Something like the spire, but it's more like an arena kind of thing. If I make that, shove that in there. Should have brought the iron back over, shouldn't I? Yeah, all right. Well, we'll keep iron and clay churning in this so we can start making shed tons of iron darts. Now, what do we need to make? What do we need to make the traps? The dart traps. Forged iron, mechanical and electrical parts. Now, are the parts the hard ones to get, or is that the components? I'm starting to think we might have to invest in this, or ask Divine to make us a load, because I'm pretty sure Divine's unlocked the skill to manufacture those. Where'd you get the inspiration for the builds? We literally make shit up as we go along. We literally make it up as we go along. In fact, the Spire's probably the only one that we've ever put any thought into outside of the stream. And weirdly enough, it's got nothing to do with the build as it is. The name Spire comes from the artistic decoration of it, which we've never actually got around to doing. I know James and I had a bit of a natter via Discord. We jumped into the creative mode for one of the very first times I've ever been in creative mode, and it was outside of the stream. Just to have a look at what, you know, to create something alien in as an aesthetic, and we came up with the Spire, and it's actually really nice looking. I look forward to doing it, but until we've got her functionally operational, there is no point building the rest of it, because if it collapsed, it would crush everything, mate. There's probably about 10,000 blocks of concrete about to go on the top of the primary build. So as you can imagine, a lot can go wrong with that. What about the central part having 3 dart traps, each side pointing down? So in other words, bring them up from the danger zone. Yes, we could do. We could recess them in and power them via... The problem with that is they're going to hit the... If we've got them up top stripe, aren't they just going to hit the pressure plate? They're going to hit the pressure plate, aren't they? Which we don't want. I should imagine those dart traps all simultaneously firing could do a lot of damage, bro. And unless I'm misinterpreting what you're saying. You know what? Something's niggling me here. What the hell's happened to my... Shit, that's a really good point. What's happened to my nail gun? Because we really need that for the repairs. Damn. That's a bit of a problem. Anybody know what I did with that? Oh, I'll tell you what. It might be in the box on the table. The kitchen area. It's a nice idea, Stripe, but like I said, I think we might end up with a... Oh, there it is. That's good to know. Well, we'll leave it there for now. Right, guys, girls, I'm afraid we have hit the magical 3 o'clock mark, and I can hear my my watch is going crazy, so I'm going to have to love you and leave you there. I am, honestly, guys, I'm really sorry. I'd love to get more evening streams on, and I know this week was supposed to be the week that we started looking at them, but I've just been, honestly, mate, I might sound all right now. If you heard me sort of 8, 9 o'clock tonight, you'd know just how much pain I end up in. But a bit of rest and recuperation this evening. I promise you we'll be back tomorrow morning. I'll try and get on about 8 o'clock because we've got loads and loads of stuff to do to just get this built back up. We'll stream throughout tomorrow and then get another Spire day in on Sunday. And also some build time on the main build. We've also got loads of games to give away. I'm so sorry. I completely forgot yet again today to get the raffles up. I've even got them all listed out. We had 10 games to give away today. So we'll do those tomorrow. Thanks for persevering with me. I promised you that next week we'd make up for this week being a bit of a tricky one in terms of start time. So I'm going to stick to that. Next week we will definitely be starting early. We'll definitely stream till 3 o'clock. If I can handle it, we'll get some evening streams in as well. Might even mix it up with a couple of other games. Who knows? But thank you. Seriously, guys. You've kept me sane and... functioning this week. It means a lot to me to see you all every day in and out of chat. It really does mean a lot. Thank you. And thank you for the subs, the resubs, the bits and the donations. As always, the support has been phenomenal. I'll be on Discord in a short while. ! Discord in chat if you want to come and have a natter. And if you follow on Twitter, you will never miss another stream. True story, bro. Well, you might miss it, but you won't miss any announcement. And I'm just trying to say, there's something else I wanted to say as well. Oh shit, what was it? It was really important about tomorrow and I can't think what the hell it was. It'll come to me. I'll post it out on a Twitter or tweet or something. Have a wonderful evening, guys, girls. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. Have a top one. It's really annoying me now. There's something I really wanted to say. I'll see you later.